You see, before you, audience, drink in your mind as I paint the image. A large pond portal with mist serenely covering it, and ever so slightly a ripple. In the background, dark forces are silhouetted, shadowy, barely illuminated. But in the foreground, we see Helm, clad in the armor of gray, and we see Talos, both peering into the reflecting pool, and upon that pool are images flickering of our hero. Well, Helm, it looks like Valorian has been more skilled than you might have thought, as he stands there against the Stallions of Bane.
It is not skill with which he prevails, Talos. This is not skill. Warriors of our caste use tactics. They use strategies. This is just brute force. And I cannot abide by this sort of barbarianism.
Well, I certainly can. I'll tell you, man, Valorian is like a lightning bolt screaming from the heavens, and being the god of rain, I know something about lightning bolts, Helm.
Yes, but you know nothing of tactics.
Well, we'll see what tactics prevail as the army of Bane, as his legion of stallions, they're going to be set to do battle with Valorian, and ooh, that's a bad injury Elminster has there, Helm. I don't know, that man's career as an active defendant of Shadowdale could certainly come to a screeching end right here, right tonight, in Faerun.
Well, of course, it's a bad injury. Fazul Shambral is known for his tactics. He is known to have a flair about him, a certain manner in which he destroys every opponent he faces, which is why Bane has made him his chosen one. Perhaps you need a closer look upon the field of battle to see what real tactics look like.
A closer look? What do you mean?
Perhaps we should go down there and closer inspect what these mortals are doing, so I can show you and illustrate the tactics involved in Fazul Shambral's plan for your wild man.
Well, I don't know if that's for the rules. I don't know if that's against the rules. But I know if there are rules, rules are made to be broken. And I think more than bones, more than rules are going to be broken in this melee here in the shadow of Shadowdale. To the farmlands we go. We see the field long and rolling, the crops planted, the fields tilled, the trees, the bushes, the shrubs, the gentle fields and meadows, the stables of horses. We see littering the battlefield there between the forces of the Zentarium and those of Shadowdale, the bodies of many broken, twisted farmers, some with no more than a hoe or a sickle in their hand, perhaps even only a club, and the Zentarium with their legion of orcs and humans and spears stuck in the ground, broken, twisted in each and every way, as our long swords, short swords, and various pole arms. We see horses slaughtered and dead on both sides, orcs laying dead, farmers laying dead, Zentarium humans in their chainmail and black halberds with beautifully polished yellow Z's on the front, laying dead, laying dying, laying bleeding, and the flies are beginning to descend as birds circle above. The wind gently blows in a sweet, sweet day through the battlefield, carrying the stench and smell of the carnage, of the blood, of the butchered meat. And blood does spill, intestines are perforated, shit and piss mixes with death in the air. and there are things on the periphery, but in the center many men lay dead, and in the center of that, one ancient wizard, one boogie-woogie elementor lays, gripping his leg, his face contorted in agony, his face a horrid mess. He grabs his leg, broken and twisted in horrific fashion, and before him we see a man with 18 pounds of gold around his waist in the form of a girdle of giant strength of tremendous proportion. Behind him, a nightmare of tremendous potency and flaming horse hair, flaming hoofs and smoke coming out of its nose, an army behind him still alive, and the clash between peasant and Zentirum, warrior and mercenary, and sellsword of the side of Shadowdale as well, continues on. As Elminster lays broken in the middle, we see Fazal Shambrel, we see Sid Vicious, we see the man with the black glove and the long blonde hair, the Widowmaker. But we also see one more man of Fazal Shambrel above the head of our hero, rippling with muscle in the air. I think you can go ahead and describe that as time is still and stopped.
Well, as our last adventure concluded, if our audience remembers, what ended up happening was Valorian rushed in, grabbed a hold of that man, Dean Malenko, and picked him up, hefted him above his head. As a surprise, Malenko tried to struggle. Valorian just grabbed him up, and he made a successful attack roll, but we paused the game right there. Actually, I think I had technical difficulties, but that doesn't happen in FRW. And that man is above his head. Valorian's flexing and paused out difficulties, but that doesn't happen in FRW. And that man is above his head. Valorian's flexing and paused out difficulties, but that doesn't happen in FRW.
Absolutely, and we see the gods upon the field of war. Talos coming closer to the carnage, expecting the bodies, looking at everything around as time is still and stopped, no longer bleeding into motion, no longer fading into the future. It is there in the moment, and in the moment, the pain is done, the massacre, and all the paint we have described is stopped and still and drying in that second between seconds as the powerful armored gods look on. Well, so what here exactly did you want to have a look at? I see tactics right there, Helm. I see the tactics of power at play, and that man himself raised, elevated into the heavens. What do you think happens when time stops?
It's just because
Boom!
You know the power of a storm. It's chaos. It's delight and destruction. But what you do not know is a focused sort of form, an art that is warfare. Look here. Look at the Zentirum. Look at how they are arrayed and lined up behind their most luxurious leader. Look here to your barbarian friends.
Well, I see a few things, yeah.
Well, of course you see a few things. You see that in this wager, you will not be successful. Look here. I wager that today is the day your man learns humility. He will be humbled.
Well, we're going to see what's going to happen right now, but I think that man there is about to have his spine broken.
Perhaps.
Enough of this, Helm. Let's get back to the battle.
Very well.
Like shadows in the high noon sun, the gods fade away, and slowly, so slowly, that paint begins to run again as the future spreads from the moment. They were in the moment, but that is gone, and now there is only that shadow of the past. Boom, Valorian. Describe to the people what happens.
Okay.
Man is horribly defeated.
As I said, last time he ran up and grabbed Malenko. He made his roll to grab and succeeded. Malenko's above his head, and I guess he's struggling. He's struggling to get out. He just looks at him. He's like, he's just gonna powerfully slam his neck and back into the battlefield of Shadowdale, if you will.
Or even if you won't.
I mean, you won't, but
Well, he won't.
Well, he will.
Very well. So that man, he hits the ground in a way that no man would ever want to hit that ground. The sickening snap of bone, of spine being aligned in the most heinous of ways. And he crushes down. Now you face off against perhaps the most potent men in all of the region.
Now, as soon as he hits the ground, Lauren wasn't trying to kill him. He was just trying to knock him unconscious.
That man is in a bad way, I'll tell you that.
Okay, so I grab 2 spears and I slam one in each shoulder of Dean Malenko. And I turn to Lex Luger and at Brad Armstrong. Don't worry about him. He's pinned.
Absolutely. Why don't we go ahead and roll initiative now, and we're going to take it away from this point. Do initiative.
Very well.
Yeah, 4 horsemen initiative. Well, they did not do very well with a total of 6. Now 1 for Armstrong and Luger as well. Oh, they're going to definitely be going. And what do you have?
I have 10 total.
All right, this round, we're going to go ahead and let you go first this round. You see in the back is Chambral, but looming up towards you is a monstrous man with curly golden locks. That man is ripped and built, 6'9", with furs on and a psychotic look in his eyes. He is tanned like a golden god and even taller than you.
Oh man, not very many men are taller than him.
Absolutely not. He has a huge battle axe upon his back, 2-bladed, 2-handed, and enormous. As he walks up face to face and then looks down at you from just slightly above.
All right, I'm gonna give him the promo, the whole you cutting a promo for WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
And just hold action, be defensive. Like when waiting for a move to come from him, like a sledge or something, I'm gonna try and scoop him and slam him or whatever. I'm gonna hold.
Oh, absolutely. As you stand, he looks down at you, his eyes piercing. A man of true intimidation, a man the size of a mountain itself. And with a battle of these 2 Colossus Titans happens, the earth surely will shake in Shadowdale. And there on the ground, still clutching his leg, his torn ACL and patella. That man's leg is destroyed, his ankle perhaps also shattered from the damage that was done from that man, Fazal Chambral, that man, the master of all sort of joint manipulations, the master of all the tactics, with the goal to prove it in the form of his girdle of giant strength. And as you stand there, as the 2 of you face off, looking at each other. Oh God! From behind! Mallory is nailed with tremendous potency from behind. Oh Jesus! Oh no! It's going to be for 21 points of damage. And Valor will need to make a saving throw versus Fortitude of a DC of 21.
All right, let's see.
Or be stunned for 1 round.
I am stunned, I believe. I don't know what I rolled. It looks like a 7.
7. Oh gosh, there's no way you can, even with your potency.
No.
That's tremendous. All right, so what happens is a tremendous force pounds into you from behind, dropping you directly to your face, directly into the dirt, laying there, shivering and shaking. You hear the sound of that man, what? Why? As he is distracted, that man attempting some tactics of his own. What follows is you are stunned even for the full next round, but this is still the same round. This is not going to take much of a roll. That will definitely be more than necessary. So make sure you're subtracting these hit points. Okay, so you are going to take 11 more points of damage. What happens is you're drug up from the ground, stuck between this titan of a man's legs. As you are stuck there, you feel him waist lock you around the hips. And you, as the breath has been driven out of you, as the back of your head has been desecrated, as your eyes are literally covered in shining stars, flashes and floating and motes moving in your vision and confusion, and then you're flipped up, the sun shining down on your, pressing over your nose and over your chin, as you are brought yourself high into the heavens and sit toppling down in the power bomb as your body is round a maneuver you've never faced before, fighting what you have perhaps done to other men being done to you, as your body shivers and convulses and tremors. And then, oh God, from above, a black gloved hand just grabs a hold of you, and what's that? Oh Jesus, that's definitely not going to be good. That you are grappled, and you are going to sustain 11 points of damage as this black glove with these razors and these hooks in it, by the man with the long scraggly blonde hair at 6'6" tall. He has boots and his fine armaments on as well. Putting it directly onto your face. You feel this man has very large hands. The pressure points against the temples, the driving, the strength. This man's strength in his hand is unparalleled as he grips and crushes against your face. And just then, oh no. You feel for this you will take no damage, but you feel a hard stomp against your leg, against your very knee, as it stopped to be softened up for a future endeavor. As you look around, you see that man you brought with you from the tavern, a look of hate, a look of narcissism in his eyes as he stands over you, his shadow, a forearm, as he taps his right forearm with his hand. You still feel the rattling, the confusion in your brain as that man looks down at you with hatred. You see at that moment, Brad Armstrong on him, throwing rights, trying to do what he can do. Will it be enough? And we will go on. To the round where you were actually stunned, as horrific as this may be. As he. Oh gosh, that's going to be very bad for Brad Armstrong. And that man is fired with the rights, and he's affected. He's affected Luger, but he gets hit with a horrid power slam, crushing Brad Armstrong to the ground itself. That man, his body is in a horrid way. The hit connecting so hard against that dry, packed earth of the fields of Shadowdale, and that gentle breeze still wafts over your nose, carrying the scent of carrion, carrying the scent of blood, of gore, of shit, of piss, of battle. Of the non-glorious, the non-romantic aspects. There are punctured intestines, there are organs laying on the field, and you see above as you're looking out, strangely enough to capture your attention, the vultures circling above. The man with the claw just creases it down against your head as you are stunned. You are unable to attempt to extricate yourself, and you will take an additional 10 points of damage as he just crushes against your face with tremendous hand strength, and you feel razor blades and perhaps even nails crushing into your forehead, lacerating you. You feel the first trickles of blood coming from your forehead, and clearly not the last. As you are subjugated to this, and that man is pushed aside by the large man with the curly hair standing 6'9". Oh no. And that man, as you are stunned, you're of tremendously low armor value. That man pulls you up again, stuffing your head between his legs. You can see the shadow. He's looking around. The farmers, the soldiers, the men with hoes, the men with blades, still tried desperately to fight. That man almost started grabbing his leg, tried to hobble, trying to do something, and he pays the price as well. You feel yourself beginning to be torqued, the arms around the hips. Oh, and as you come into the heavens again, tasting the air, it is sweet. You slowly get just a little back into you as you feel you perhaps can do something to aid yourself. Instead, 15 more points of damage as you're smashed, driven into the ground, the hard-packed earth against your back. Oh, the snapping sounds of your back as pain fills you in tremendous agony. And then.
All right, just for a technical note, I'm down to 35 hit points.
Oh, and just then, as you feel your leg is grabbed a hold of, and you remember what that man Dusty Rose at the Dusty Rose Tavern to the northwest of Daggerdale. You remember what that man did, and now you feel this man grabbing a hold as you are stunned and you are shocked, and he twists you around, and you feel your ankle go over your knee as it's pushed down with tremendous strength. The strength of this man's quads, the strength of this man's ankles cannot be measured in mere numbers, as this man has skill and proficiency, the master of this technical exchange, as your very ankle is forced over your knee, and you feel the horrid maneuver put upon you, and you will pay the price in the beginning of 9 points of damage as you're locked into this hold. And this man, obviously, this is going to be very hard to get out of, perhaps much easier to reverse, but you are in the hold itself, just the man grabbing, and you, oh my God, as you look over, you see that man with the clawed glove. He's grabbing a hold of it for additional leverage, and the agony just sinks over you as flame shoots through your legs, through your cartilage, through your kneecap and tendons. As you lay on the ground, nearly destroyed, but we will bring it back. Now, you finally go, as you couldn't catch your breath, as you couldn't clear the cobwebs, as the flashes of gold light, as the stars you saw from the concussion you suffered from betrayal begin to ebb ever so slightly. You look up, gasping for air. Your legs are locked, and they had tremendous pain, and there are large men standing over you, their shadows engulfing you. In the scent of horrid battle, what do you do on your action in round number 3?
This action, I'm going to try and reverse the figure 4.
Oh, well, absolutely. And well, let's go ahead and have a contested grappling.
Let's do that then.
Oh, this might not go so well. That is a 16. This is going to be your action against a 7.
Oh, is that what I rolled? No, 6. Worse.
This man definitely has a higher credential than you in this stat, so with a +10 to his roll. But you will go and describe it. You either go one way and the other.
Oh, I'm just gonna try and leverage it out. I'm remembering what Dusty taught me, but
in his eyes.
It's more horrifying than I thought. This man actually applies the move better than Dusty did.
Yes, he does. You feel that.
I'm remembering my cartilage being worked up in my knee, so I'm trying to hold on to my endurance. Start sitting up, do the sit-ups with it.
Yes, well, you're definitely able to do that. It encouraged you as well.
So I got one more action.
So, no. You only, if you try to break a hold, you only have that action.
Oh, okay.
It's not an attack. Yeah, so you're doing that, but he's reaching up so very hard as the other man with that black gloves is holding him and holding him very carefully, not to rip at his hands. But he's being held, and that extra leverage is clearly going to inflict more damage on his next attack. That man is holding you in place, looking at you. His eyes start, and he's shaking his head. No, as the blood trickles down from your forehead into your eyes, staining your vision with crimson. You see that man that came with you, that traitor over top of you. You see your other companion. He's laying crippled on the ground, much like Demon. They call you crippled. And then oh God, it's gonna be the time that you get stomped. Man Luger is gonna try to put a boot to you. He actually is gonna miss as you sit up. Roll away as a size 14 and a half. Tries to come down upon you, but what about that man, the master and the ruler? What can happen here? Ooh, he does have a higher bonus though. With you being down there, Pit, you actually are going to pay the price from him. That's going to be 8 points of damage as you're viciously stomped, viciously. And now for the damage, which will actually increase because of the leverage, and that's going to be 11 more points of damage. Is that numerical leg lock just begins to push in. You can feel the pressure on both sides as now you have had exhausting 12 seconds of agony put upon you. Most men cannot stand it. You see that man, Boogie Woogie Mister trying to help. He trying to crawl over to you, but his leg is so horrendously broken. You could actually see some of the shattered bones protruding from his Achilles tendon, and blood pours from that as well as his old scarred up face and forehead. Mercy, daddy, Elamister says as he tries to aid you, and it will be your turn as these men are just putting boots on you.
No, if I were to eat an acorn in the middle of this, that'd be my action, wouldn't it?
That would be your action. That's what's going to be very unfortunate to you.
Yeah, so I'm not going to do that.
You know that you might even vomit it up as the pain is so overwhelming.
How about try and break this hold again? Why not?
Well, why wouldn't you?
Just makes sense, Tony. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, you would have. It's a 2. Oh, God, but not only do you not break the hole, but you'll be more damage will be inflicted upon you.
I'm unconscious. As soon as more damage is inflicted, I'm unconscious, which is awesome. It's great.
How many hit points do you have left? Oh, God, that's a 16 too.
Like 12.
All right, that was the damage. 12. Yeah, you as you go ahead and describe how you try to power out one more time before coming to darkness. Darkness consumes our hero as the light of the sun fades slowly from your mind, as the sweet smell of the breeze carrying in and then transmogrified in horror by the carnage, by the mayhem, by the charnel factory of this fields of war. And don't forget, to all our audience members, that there are men fighting, that there's a clang of iron and copper and bronze on steel, that there's this terrible army against all the men that could be found in Shadowdale and the surrounding areas. Don't forget about Boogeyman. And the last thing you see as you're going down is that they're stomping you. And they're also, as he's trying to climb over your body, they start beginning to stomp him. Oh, and then the big man pulls him up, waist locks him, and he goes up into the air as you fade into unconsciousness. And you come in and out of consciousness. You hear the clacking of wooden wheels against well-worn fields, against that clay of the trails, as well against bumpier, hillier land, against farmstead. And the smell, strange things occur, a mineral sense, the smell of earth, the smell of slight bit of mold and algae, the smell of wetted wood, the bumping, the moving, the smell of horses, the smell of dung. The sound of a hammer greets your ears into consciousness, but then as the blackness claims you, periodically over and over, you can feel dried blood on yourself. Your leg screams in fiery agony and demanding attention that you cannot provide. You hear voices, bits. You hear that man that you travel with. You hear his voice. You hear laughter. But you hear that hammer fall. Boom, 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 boom. And then you feel your arm, your massive arm, the largest arm perhaps in the world over. The right one is bound. The left one is bound. Your legs are bound. Your broken, ravaged leg is bound. And you are on the ground, and then slowly you hear the sound of clumping horseshoes on ever so slightly gravelly clay, and you are lifted slowly, slowly, as you slowly fade into consciousness. You are upon a perfectly made crucifix. You see a man with a shovel-like face and a hammer in his hand, blonde hair, leathery in his complexion, loathsomely non-charismatic, and completely repellent even at this moment. He has the sadistic look of a torturer, but the gouye of a man that is in most poor physical condition. As you are raised, the shadow pours down above you, birds already beginning to circle. You see about you, to the right, to the left, and behind, you hear wails of men, men crying like small children, like women, and they lament. And you are upon the crucifix, as are hundreds of other men. You are in a place farther away from Shadowdale. There are many woods near here. There are many trees that men themselves have been bound to, where there was no crucifix left. But for you, a large, sturdy, perfectly made crucifix of double the size of other men's. You see a field of new trees in the form of these crucifixes, and men wailing in pain, and birds above, and the smell of shit and urine carried by the whimsical wind, with many rich scents of the wood, of honeysuckle, of berries, and such things mingle in, and your throat is so horrendously dry, and your face coated and covered in blood, and your body covered, like your shirt is off. You have no kinds of items other than a loincloth, as you are upon the crucifix, and that smells everywhere. There are huge welts and incredible bruises. You perhaps have broken ribs as your body is, and your arms are stretched horrendously. You already feel the very slight feelings of almost like a flu-like symptom of watery lungs, as you are upon the crucifix. Perhaps for some time, perhaps for moments. It's hard to say in your dizzy brain, but the pain screams throughout your body, and most particularly in your legs, the ankle and the knee of your right leg, and particularly the knee of the left. There's no question, tremendous trauma and damage has been done to you. And as you look around, you see a sea of hopelessness and despair. Why do we have a soliloquy from Valorian?
They were stronger. They were stronger than me. There was many of them, and only one of me. And I could not fight all of them. But I tried. This should be where I end. If you were there was a god when I was a boy, I remember. But he is not here. I will have to get out of this myself, or die on this. I will not die this day. I'm the strongest.
And as you try, and as you fight, and as you pull against your strong bonds, you only damage your arms, your legs more. And blackness greets you again. And as a montage advances, we see light and dark, and the wails, the moans of hundreds of men. You feel upon your face a raven pecking at your flesh, ripping at you, biting with its beak at you, as your mouth is screaming with rawness, your throat dying, your eyes utterly dry, and your ears ringing with pain forgotten from some point along the carnage that has been unleashed upon your flesh.
Are any of the men around that were around before?
Oh, in fact, as you will survey the scene as the bird pecks at you.
I might headbutt it.
Oh, and you do, and the bird falls back to the ground, stunned from a mighty headbutt. You're clearly not suspecting that, perhaps thinking you were dead, perhaps a bird that has preyed upon others in his interior fields before. And as you look around, you see like faces that you saw and recognized in the farm. And then that man at 5'10" with a mullet, you understand who I'm talking about, who would come with you from that Dusty Rose Tavern. A man go by the name of Brad, if you will, Brad of Armstrong. And that man is there upon the crucifix, head down. The man is stretched out.
Is he dead?
Who could say? Who could know at this time, at this juncture, at this vantage point? But he is definitely not in the best condition he's ever been in his life. That's for most certain.
Brad, I'm sorry. I thought we could help. It's my fault. If you can hear me, I'll get you out of this.
And the darkness greets you again. An enormous amount of time, or perhaps only a few seconds, pass before you again greet the day with gentle wind blowing against your face. A storm cloud is formed above you, and rain pitter-patters against your pate. And it falls upon your outstretched tongue. It comes, and it comes heavier and heavier, and the rain washes down like holy water against your flesh. Still there is little you can do, but in the shout of lightning, the darkness disappears for only a moment. As a bolt hits the ground, you see a figure, perhaps 30 feet before you, amidst the darkness, against the charnel aspect of this hell. A figure who is short and stout and broad-shouldered and wearing a cloak of some dark color with a hood pulled down in a deep cowl. He stands there, and as the thunder boom clears, you hear a voice. It is a language you know from so very long ago, the language of those who lived under the mountain. It says, "You are the great hero." So it has been etched in stone.
I'm the strongest.
You awaken, falling heavy into rain-coated earth. The crucifix looms above you, mighty, intimidating, potent, powerful, and you are reminded of the pain these men put on you. Pain and bruise and agony, the likes of which you have never seen or felt before, and your body trembles with the horrors they inflicted upon you. You definitely know you cannot stand. Your legs are both broken in multiple places. Their tendons torn, and damage has been done.
Okay, from the mental trauma, he just kind of looks, and then he's like, all I can do is laugh. You've been through all that stuff. I mean, you can either cry or laugh. So he just starts laughing like crazy, but hurting at the same time. But maybe some tears team down his cheeks because he's so horrified. All that stuff happens to a man. He's gonna remember it mentally. So now he's just kind of insanely laughing.
Well, you see the man now looming above you in the dark robe, and the robe that's deeply cowled. The robe, and he looks down, his form broad, powerful. He is a man perhaps worthy of respect on the battlefield. And he looks at you, and in the Dwarven dialect says, "I hear you are name of Valorian." like the ale,
Mm.
and the rain pours upon your broken face.
All right, well, I like face down in the mud and then like muster the strength to get my face up a little, and there's mud covering my face. Yes, my friend. Tried to point at Brad Armstrong. We have to help him.
These men are all dead, all but you, all who have lain for 6 days in the baked sun and the crystal night, in the winds and with the birds. He is dead, and it was so written. Perhaps you yourself died, only to be plucked from oblivion here. And you see he has a dagger in his hand. And you must come with me, Valorian. You must come to face destiny. I have plucked you, I have pulled you. And he looks at the crucifix, from the tree of woe. And now shall come the mountain. Now shall come the proving ground of the hero. You shall find another day. You shall face the form of Fazal Shembrel, of his minions, of his men, of his horses, of his armies. And the time is appointed. When it comes round, you shall know. It has been written in stone.
All right, I'm gonna like hear what he's saying, and then like weakly like crawl on my elbows and pull myself over to Brad Armstrong's feet, and then just
yes,
reach up and touch his feet.
You hear him like moving in the mud, and you're just sliding through a stream of mud. There's so much water on the ground, and periodically there's this dark madness is illuminated by pure bolts of lightning that for no reason in your mind are landing ever so close, ever so interestingly towards you, allowing you to see the body that has been mangled. You see this man has paid the price, as his face has paid the price to feed the eggs of the crows, of the ravens. His eyes plucked out hollow holes, things dug in them, the larvae of flies writhing in those dead sockets, his tongue ripped from its mouth, and things moved there as well. He is stained in blood, but his face is cut in so many places. His body is shriveled, and his legs covered in the remnants of shit, as the rain washes away some parts of that, restoring the slightest bit of dignity. But you can even see beyond that, before that, the pain that has been dealt, the broken ribs protruding at horrendous angles, the damage those men did. His body is covered in welts and bruises as they just stomped him mercilessly. For all he did to help Shadowdale, he paid with his life. You see him.
I'm gonna hug his legs if I can.
Yes.
Make it to my knees. I'm gonna just hug his legs. It's my fault. It's my fault.
Yes. Yes. Feel the shame. Feel the pain. Feel the fire inside you, the dwarf says in his dwarven speak. I know it is bad, and it shall get worse. But remember what they have done.
We have to get him down. We have to bury him. We can't leave him like this.
There is no time for him. There is barely time for you. As you look up at him, that's when you see the club in his hand. Whack! And the darkness comes again. Sometime later, you awaken to the smell of cheese and wine and some kind of meat. It doesn't quite look right, roasted, but it's sent in front of you, your body in utter starvation, Food is before you. It's been perhaps a week since you have eaten more than raindrops.
All right. Well, if I could I'll hobble over there.
Oh, it's like right in front of you.
Okay.
Your legs are full of horrendous pain.
What is this? I start eating the cheese and, of course, drinking the wine before I touch the meat.
Valerian! And the wine goes down smooth and wonderfully, allowing your mind perhaps to focus for a moment to the cheese. Oh, yes, so very good. You eat, gain the strength of meat, and cheese, gain the strength of wine. And you see around you, it's an enormous cavern, and like it just shoots off, and it's the strange, eerie silence between when the two of you speak. There's small molecules of dust moving through the air, almost crushed tiny bits of stone, better perhaps to say, and there's a strange mineral scent, the likes of which you have never smelled before. Perhaps you have, as it seems to pull back, awakening, reinvigorating some sort of memory, and you see her there, her hair, her face pushed off, the darkness, paleness to her skin, paler than before, not kissed by the sun, hidden under the light of the moon, and her hair moving slightly. Who is she? And you remember there, oh, the dwarf, so very long ago. How could it have been that long? Could it have been more than moments, more than years? And that thriving community, the trade, the sound of pounding hammer on steel, the forging of swords. But it is not that is here. It is but the smell of minerals, of the food, of this dwarf who stands before you. You hear the sound of tinder sparking, torch lit. Something is placed upon the wall, and there is light. The man wears a dark purple cloak with a deeper etching around the outer trim. He looks down towards you, laying on the floor. Valerian, it is time you learn the training in the depth of the earth, in the cave of sanity. There is much to learn if you are to be the hero who is written in stone. So too shall you transcend the underworld. So too shall you have your resurrection. So too shall you climb the mountain. So too shall you stand on its peak. And you can, like, at that point, like with the light, you notice all these crazy, just fucking crazy looking drawings everywhere. Some of them are like weird sort of mathematical symbols and strange prisms and weird spirals, and there's like all kinds of little tiny details on them. They look incredible, but there's the flickering of torchlight and shadow cast at weird angles. And then everything is unbelievably quiet.
More wine?
Yes, of course. And from the darkness, you hear the dragging of wood against stone, and even in your addled state, it is unmistakably a keg being pulled. As you,
Sounds like behind.
You look up at the keg. A pirate's face looks back at you.
Valerian.
Indeed. And wine is poured into mug. Still that insane heat, that horrible feeling in your legs, those broken shards of cartilage and bone, of ripped tendons and ligaments.
I don't think I'm ready to start yet. I'll need time. My legs, they're not ready.
Oh, they're ready, Valerian. And he steps out and pulls his cloak open, and he produces a large single crutch. It can be placed perhaps just up to your armpit. You think you're the first one who's been broken, who's been beaten down? You think that's the first time they put the pain upon Elminster? They've beaten him senseless many times, but him and Shadowdale have always found a way, a reason, a calling to come back again and again and again and again, and so too will you from this womb within the earth, Valorian. You must eclipse the summit. You must find the face of fear. And you're like, again, like you're just in your fucking soiled loincloth, and the stench of you is nearly overwhelming in the enclosed space. And
all right. You want me to leave now?
He sends the wooden crutch clattering in front of you. Take this. Find your way from the cave of sanity, from this womb within the earth, from this Hades. Go, shade, broken remnant of a man giant. You will find your way. I shall be your guide on this quest, like a spirit watching over a child. I shall be your taskmaster, and you shall prove your worth, hero or folly, truth or lie, the strongest or merely another pretender.
Very well. So one thing I don't do is waste any time drinking some more wine so it doesn't hurt as bad. Put my freaking whole head underneath the cap.
And the wine comes down, splashing against your blood-crusted face in most barbaric fashion, as you imbibe many, many spirits of cheap, the cheapest ale in all of the realms. As it splashes over you, oh, the Valorian is delicious. Your favorite. And the man in the purple-trimmed robe looks down. Will that be it, Valorian?
And my things, where are my things?
What do you mean, your things?
My sword, my axe.
Do you think you're crucified with such? Yeah, if you're so worried. He clatters a very a nice-looking dagger onto the ground in front of you. If you pass your test, perhaps upon the summit, you will find something waiting beyond the face of fear. Take my guidance and leave the stone of the underworld, for it is a place for failures. You still have chance and possibility, Valerian. You have hope. Or perhaps you do not.
Very well. Do you have another loincloth at least?
Do you think we're the same size, Valerian?
Another cloak, at least.
What could I have that would fit the likes of you? Very well. And he turns and walks off into the darkness, and it is silent, and it is still, and the particles of broken stone nearly choke you as you breathe in the cavern air, the smell of some strange mineral in the air, perhaps the sound of water so far off, but perhaps your mind is simply playing tricks as the torch crackles. You can even hear it in here. The cracking of the fire, and the torch itself is at least 20 feet away from you, and that roaring pain in your body. Oh, it's horrible. You so wish you had sound. You so wish you had company. You so wish you had something to focus on other than your own misery. And it comes there in that cave of sanity, in that womb within the earth. Your body is on fire.
Hello? Did you leave?
As you speak loudly, your voice echoes through the hollow of the underground to this place of death.
All right, I'm gonna prop myself up on the crutch, grab the torch off the wall, and then I guess follow after him.
All right. As you move, you're moving slowly. You got a torch in one hand and a crutch and pain shooting through your legs. No normal man would be able to stand ever again. But the muscularity of your legs, the fight inside you, a big man now forced to find that strength within him. Remember back to when you awoke on that stone slab and those strange things with the huge eyes and the gray skin were looking at you, and there was those weird glass tubes, those cylinders, those other faces that were your face, one after another, more Valorians, or whoever you really are. That image plays across your mind as you move through the tomb. As you look at the strange drawings, you hear footfalls somewhere ahead of you. Come on, Valerian. Destiny awaits you.
All right, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to struggle with it. I'm trying to ignore the searing pain and the agony in my legs and the hurt in my shoulders. I'm going to try and ignore it and carry on.
You stumble slightly and you look down and you see a tremendous carving in the floor, in the stone. And it looks very weird. And you look down at it, you're like, ugh. It's some old type of dwarven, and there's a bit of a hieroglyphic component to it. And you see a huge, mighty, potent figure that stands twice the height of a dwarf, with an enormous sword and axe. A man of tremendous potency and power. A man upon a mountain and a mountain shadow, and a woman and a story, and then it seems to go on and on, like it's tremendous, like it's all over the place. You can only kind of see bits and parts with your torch because it seems to stretch vastly into the darkness. And you see the strange, thin figures, like the story's going on for like a tremendous amount, but those same figures, you see them haunting, looking back, and you see like a number of that like big person around them. You see a strange subterranean tomb. You see an enormous monster with tentacle-like face and a crustacean-like body, and it's attempting to destroy the big man. But in itself, it becomes elevated and desecrated, and the pictography talks about that. It talks about a creature with bat-like wings and a feline body of ferocious size being ridden and choked in horrible fashion and paying the price. It speaks of weird things with pointed ears and strange spider eel-like things you see. And again, the big man and other men and a dwarf as well there with him. And there is much revealed, much seems murky, much is obscured. But there is things, and they are written in stone. And you see a man with luxurious hair, and some sort of pose with an enormous strap around the waist, and he's doing the damage to the big man. And there are others around, and much pulls the murky memory of your mind. And there are creatures that are depicted with long fangs, biting, fighting, a fire pit, a woman, a horror, another man with long ears, a thing that may be a lizard or perhaps a dragon, and the big man stands amongst them. And there are many different fixtures that you kind of look like dwarves to you over and over. There are some words you could pull out, sort of. The dialect is different than what you know, but not different. It's the same somehow. as you move on through the darkness. Your body screams in horror as you move through, and everything is so silent. The silence beats against you. All you hear are the slight footfalls of the dwarf well out in the darkness ahead of you. And you're barely moving, and you just hear your crutch as it hits and scrapes against the stone before you. And pain like you have never known just keeps echoing through your body, an echo of the past.
This is strange. You've been drawing my life upon the walls.
Yes, Valarian. So it is written in stone. But not only me, every taskmaster before me, every age, every possibility. There's a reason, and there are those that play behind the scenes upon the stage. But the play stars but you. It always has, from the beginning of time. One will rise, one will stand, and there will be many, many in his way to pull him down like crabs in a pot. Oh, yes.
But it makes no sense. We've never met before. I don't know you. I don't know you, dwarf. I'm speaking in Dwarven, by the way. I forgot.
Well, I suppose that's a given. Yes, that's right, Valarian. And I have never met you before, though my eyes have laid upon you, though my ears have heard the stories. And I thought maybe, just maybe, he had come, and a vision played across my mind in the wailings of the silent halls of my old home. For I am the last thing of flesh there, but the ghosts scream your name in agony. They remember what they have done. They remember what you will do, even though you have not. If you are the force you have claimed, by the stars and by the clouds, by the waves and by the earth, if you are that yawning true force, Valarian, you will prove yourself and you face the face of fear. You will be broken and you will be eaten, or you will stand and rise and fight. You will be the strongest, or you will not be. The dwarf's voice comes cackling from the darkness ahead of you.
Did Solva send you?
Who?
I suppose not.
Nah, I don't know the whole story of your life, and neither do you. But we both know parts. We both know bits and piece by piece. But what has come does not concern me, only what can come. Who are you to challenge what is written in stone? And
stone breaks.
And perhaps so do you.
Not yet. Keep wishing.
As you do that, you push on and on and on and on. Oh, and time seems to go on for millennia as you agonize, and perhaps in your broken state, and you fall more than one time, collapsing onto the slick stone before you. The molecules of dust of broken stone from eons past choke your lungs at times, and they have coated your face. You can feel them against you. There are different strange smells, and much of this is massive. And finally, he forces you through a chasm a very, very, very tight stone. You squeeze through it. It cuts and lacerates your horribly welted and bruised skin. You find out even more bones are broken than you had previously known. As you barely small enough to fit through here, perhaps if you had been the Valorian of 365 pounds, no, but you are a Valorian emaciated by a week of starvation, the body feeding off the potency of the muscle. But you come pushing through the stone, and it seems as if it's hundreds of feet as you push through it, relying more on your upper body to give your legs perhaps even a bit of a rest, but your upper body takes a horrid smashing through here. And there's different mineral smells, not the same as before, as you finally push through. And again, it seems as if you have traveled literally for days on your broken, weary bones. He gives you no respite. He gives you no rest at all. Then far, far ahead, as it opens up into more of a quick incline, you can see the first small bit of daylight breaking the hideous darkness of this tomb. And in that darkness, you see him silhouetted slightly, and you can see his hood is down, and you can see like his dome. There's perhaps ever so slight amount of baldness to him, but you can't see much more than just the back of his head. He is still cloaked. Did you take the dagger he threw at you?
I did.
Just a second.
It's tucked in my loincloth.
Very well.
So I'm going to hobble over to him. So finally, dwarf, we are through.
We are through, Valarian, when you prove what is written in stone. I am a scribe, an old soul. You are to prove me right, or you are to make a liar of my father and his 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 father before him. We have all been taskmasters since the dawn of the world, since it was far to the north, since it was far to the west, since it was the ocean waves lapping, since it was then also here. We have been here under the world. It is time for you to return to the land of the humans. It is time for you to enter life again.
Very well. I don't know what you're talking about, but
You just get thirsty, starving at this point. I mean, again, it feels as if it's been days since you've had a drink. You feel as if you barely have any more. Go ahead and make a Constitution roll for me.
Right, Tony. With my bonus, it's a 12.
Or what's we'll give your whole fortitude really is what I'm looking
my whole fortitude? Okay. That's different then. That's a 17.
Absolutely. Okay. At a 17, you struggle and push, and do all that you can as you, and I'll kind of let you describe it as you're basically gonna as you fall out into the light, and the light will just hurt your eyes tremendously. But go ahead and let you.
My legs just started to wobble and feeling the pain and the torn cartilage in my knees building up from all the damage just done to them, and my ribs aching and sore, and the bones healing, and then possibly being shifted as they're broken, blood pouring out of different and various cuts from the stones. Just takes its toll as he tries to struggle out, but then falls almost like a child and forces his way out of the cave with his arms, and then crawls barely, the light shining down. But forcing himself to continue, but barely.
It is, as you come to it, a tremendous strangeness, a tremendous awe. It is such a cacophony of sounds around you, as if it's just accosting you, as if it enters, penetrating violently into your ears, as if it abuses the inside of your skull. The sounds of birds and buzzings of insects, of small animals scurrying and moving and burrowing, the tremendous smells that hit you. Yes, there's earth and scents, but there's a smell of flowers, of many different types, of ragweed, of grass, of different stones, the smell of puddles, of water, of mud. And as you look out here, you see far in the distance, to all sides, and it just unveils rolling land and this one singular mountain. And then the wind is biting and cold. You are farther to the north than you certainly had been in Shadowdale. And as you look out, there's more mountains in the distance past this one. In your eyes, it's so hard. They feel nearly broken, as there's so much light coming out, so much sound, so much excitement when there was nothing, when there was only darkness to greet you. The man stands there, the dwarf, his face, he has like a few days' growth, not really a beard. His hair is blonde, and into a widow's peak, coming down into a slightly disheveled look. His robe is purple, with a lighter purple trim on the outside of it, with strange, mystical-looking symbols on it. He stands about 4 foot 4 inches tall, and he's an older man, but the build of a man who lifted many stones, much potent weight and strength in him in his day, which is past. His eyes still maintain a playful sky blue color in contrast to the stoniness of the rest of him. Valarian, your mountain awaits. Go forth and find it.
With no food?
What sort of quest do you think this is? You ate, you drank, and now, Valarian, you face the mountain. Are you a man of a mountain, or are you a man with arms the size of twigs? Is your heart a boulder or a small stream pebble? You make me sick in your weakness. Perhaps in the wind you can make me proud in your strength. And he turns his back on you like fucking belligerently, like you're a bitch. And you never like had like that kind of disrespect before, like it insults you, like, oh, like.
I raise my hands to do a double axe handle, but then realize I don't have the strength.
Oh, and you nearly collapse.
We're not finished. One day, after this mountain, I'm coming for you.
He just turns and just like slowly walks away, like, you clearly don't have the ability to even stop me, and now I'll just leisurely stroll away from you.
Do you hear me? I yell into the cave. I am the strongest. I'm coming for you. And I'll collapse.
And then he turns over his shoulder slightly and goes, yeah, the strongest. You look pretty strong right now. And he shakes his head like with this disdainful, like he looks at you like you're pitiful. Like
I see that Taskmaster drink some NOS before.
And you're laying there. And you look up and the mountain seems impossibly high. And it's like all fucking uneven. No road or anything of that nature. No, it's just uneven fucking stone. And you see areas it's just fucking sheer. I mean, for hundreds of feet up sheer, and there's broken rocks, and there's crags, and there's all these like bits of crystal and broken shale, and it's like a nightmare. You surely don't want to fall in it. So many jagged points everywhere, with brambles of slight vegetation breaking up the monotony of the stone.
All right, I'm gonna start walking towards it, trying to get my mountain on, if you will.
And hours run together as sweat forms onto your brow, despite the bitter, hateful wind that bites at you. You are far to the north of where you were. The wind is ripping as you are only in a loincloth against your nipples, against your rib cage, against your belly button, just right in there. You have no protection from these elements. And the further you go with every footfall, every bit of the crutch against here, as you fall and cut your bruised body even more. I mean, think about that. Your body is broken. You probably have a dozen broken bones. And you have torn muscles, and you have broken cartilage, and you're forced to climb, and you fall in a jagged shale and crystal and granite, and they cut into you, and they're literally embedded in your body in places that somehow you keep getting up, and you hear a hollow, haunting sound from above. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, yeah. And it's carried upon the wind.
All right, I must keep struggling trying to get up there, leaning on the crutch. And if there's any small animals or anything nearby, I'll try and catch them and eat them. But if I can, yeah.
As you do, they incredibly easily avoid you. Somehow you continue to push on well into the negative hit points at this point. Yet you fight on, you persevere. And finally, you come to what could only be an impossible obstacle before you. A giant sheer stone with broken spider webs. It cracks, and at some points further up, crags. And your hands tremble. There's some shards of broken wood under your fingernails. What will you do? The summit looms far ahead, far past this obstacle, as the bitter wind bites your flesh like a stream of black flies.
How big is the boulder? How big is it?
Oh, it's like a sheer fucking cliff face on a fucking mountain. There's only one way up this. And you certainly have no gear to do so.
I do have climb. I will try and climb.
Yes, you do. Well, you can make a climb roll with it, but of course, adding your strength bonus to it as well. What is your total?
My strength is 22.
Okay, well, that's very good with your climbing strength. And you begin to push up the mountain in your arms. It is incredibly exhausting, but it just some degree of relief on your legs, so you bang your knees over and over and over again against the face of the stone. You always have to completely use your arms. Your legs are almost to the point of uselessness, of crippledness. As you push yourself up, and you have to abandon the one salvation you had.
The crutch.
Your crutch. Yes. Lays before you. All you have is a loincloth.
And I'm going to stare down at it. And
a loincloth and a dagger.
Just remember, look down at the cliff.
And you exhaust yourself to such a point that in this very cold, and the cliff face is freezing. I mean, it's frozen. You're literally pressing your flesh against it at times, literally pulling flesh from your hand. And there's huge just patches upon your hand that are just red welts, and blood is left there upon the cliff face, upon the face of that granite, and then you feel it etching, ripping against your skin, against your nose. Taste it in your mouth, and the starvation, the grumbling of your stomach is tremendous. And though you sweat from your tremendous efforts, the sweat itself slowly crystallizes and freezes the ice upon your brow.
I have
covered in blood.
I'm going to remember that I have some favor with Auril.
Yes, you do.
So I will start muttering some silent prayers to her. Auril, if you can hear me, I gave you that servant of Cyric. Protect me from this cold.
And the cold lashes your body even more violently, even more viciously than before, as if it was 1,000 whips lashing your flesh, as if you. And it hits you again and again and again and again. You
Well,
think,
go ahead.
you think of Tempest, of Maelstrom, and you think of him there, perhaps in the Dusty Road's Inn, eating fresh bread, chasing women with his centaur lust, drinking ale. But you are here, not among warm lit lanterns, not in a fine tavern with noise and fights and women and good smells and food and alcohol. You are starving and dying of thirst, your lungs still filled with some amount of blood and bile and water of some kind, your body screaming with pain, and you put yourself through more as your hands are ripped apart, as the flesh literally is coming off them, as your chest is pressed against ice cold, as the wind lashes you vigorously and viciously. And hours pass by as you essentially crucify yourself. Go ahead and make another roll for me.
It's just a roll for nothing?
No, it's a climbing roll.
Oh, another climbing roll.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that one's much better.
Okay. And you come now, strength returning to the body as you feel some sort of inner warmth come in you. And you can sort of like describe how you catch that second wind on the face of the cliff.
I'm going to just like Hogan up. You're not going to beat me here, Auril. You might not hear me. You might not even want me to survive. You might wish to claim me as well, but it will not be here, and it will not be today.
The lash of the wind comes even harder, almost crippling, but you...
And then I'm just going to, because it's a cave and cavernous, is going to yell out, to hell with you, Dan Auril. Get to the top.
You climb higher and higher. You finally come to a point where you pull yourself up, and now it's literally you pull your body that's half frozen and numb and frostbit. You see some small black patches on your chest. You do a survival, right?
Yes.
Well, you know you are frostbitten, and this is very bad. You are definitely perhaps going to lose part of your body or die. This is horrible. As you pull yourself literally just into a snowbank, as you pull yourself up and you look up, and there's a long way still to go. And there's an ever so slight bit of mist that clings around the top. And you hear some strange sound carried on the wind. Oh, yeah, brother. Oh, yeah, brother. Oh, yeah, brother. Oh, yeah, brother.
All right.
And something about it is very intimidating, and thoughts, perhaps even for a moment, of you retreating fill your mind. Please, a soliloquy as you lay buried face first in the snow with broken legs and busted body. Starvation.
I have not come this far just to collapse and die in the snow like that coward of Sirik. The only way I can help anyone, even myself, is to get to the top and then face whatever challenge this crazy dwarf is summoned. I will not die today. I will not starve. My mind is flooding with memories of the past, and my body is giving in to the cold. But I have to press on. I will make it. I'll make it to the top.
And you continue up the mountain of frost and ice. The black spots become larger, almost spider webbing out across your flesh. Your flesh itself is almost twisted. There's so many parts where, your flesh has just literally been ripped off on the mountain, across your chest, across your legs, all your hands are just fucking raw meat. And the dagger is pressed right against your flesh as you tug it into there, so it's like it's fucking steel. And it's pressed against your fucking flesh, and God, the idea of even pulling it off sounds horrifying, but keeping it on you is, it's agony. Everything is, it's trying to imagine that. I want you at home to imagine that. agony. Your body is just fire and numbness and pin pricklings. And it is just terror and terrible. And the wind itself is lashing you like a slave on a post, whipped over and over by the wind. And that is the least of the pains it shoots through. And somehow you press on. And your body becomes weak. And the lack of food, the phlegm that fills your lungs, as you breathe in too heavy, the broken ribs that pierce against you. As you sneeze and try to wipe the mucus from your nose, it feels as if a spear is thrust through your body, an old rusty spear with a vicious pronged hook. It is terrible. It is beyond an amount of pain that any of you watching, that you, Kevin, could understand. And somehow you stand and somehow you push forward. And you go and you climb again over a mountain face, but this one is just covered in ice. You can't even make out any degree what sort of stone is beneath it. And there are no animals anymore, and the air becomes thinner and thinner, and it's hard to breathe as you pull yourself up over and over. And I need you to make another climbing roll as you're on just a sheer face. Your fingernails, all of them are gone. They've all broken off and ripped off, and that itself is tremendous pain.
That would be a 23.
A 23 on the climbing roll. All right. Unfortunately, at this point, as you're getting so high, you yourself are into the mist that clung to the top of the mountain as the wind pushes violently, lashing you with whips of ice. And you hear a whisper in it, a cold, feminine voice. It's angry and uncaring. If anything but that wrath of hot ice whips you again and again as your body as you're coming up towards the top. You see the top is just there. Then you fall, and you fall just fucking straight down, dude, for hundreds of feet. Just fall, just plummeting down. Your eyes look down. Your eyes themselves are crystallizing, freezing on the inside as black covers your body, frostbite head, on your legs, on your belly, on your nipples, on your elbows, on your back, on your face, on your hands. You're numb. Only thing that keeps you in sanity is the heat of the injuries that have been inflicted upon you. And you fall. Somehow your hand lashes out, catches. As you catch again, now you're facing out instead of in, looking down at how far there is to fall. You find yourself crucified again on the face of the ice mountain, the ice pressing against your back, pulling against that skin to have that as well. And you stay like that for minutes, for who knows how long, as your muscles, your huge, vicious arms begin to slowly give in, and you can feel you're going to fall as you look down upon the world, as you look out, as you see so much before you. Way in the distance, a massive walled city with lights and with smoke that you did not see before. More mountains all about. The smells of so many of the smells of old ice, the smells of many minerals, the smells of broken, rotting plants, the smell of something else, of a man. A strange scent, unlike what you know, but a man somehow all the same. And you lay there and you look out upon the world. And you know, in the distance, there are many people. And you are suffering, but so are they. So why don't you go ahead and share some thoughts in your mind, as perhaps your life is about to end.
Perhaps this is it. But the mountain is not stronger than me. I have to keep going. I have to save them. All of them. I promised Sorva. I'm gonna try and pull myself.
Shh. Talos and Tempest, or Talos and Helm, are looking down into the pool with the beautiful wisps of white mist, seeing the Lorien stretched upon the mountain, facing the entire world, seeing the suffering, the pain. Well, Helm, how can you disparage those sorts of efforts? The man moves up a mountain with a body that's broken. The man moves on while dying. Any other man would head for the bottom. He keeps climbing to the top.
He still lacks discipline. Look at him. Bleeding, broken. Perhaps that wretch needs another challenge now. As I told you before, you will lose this wager this day.
Well, we shall see. It looks like Urel really didn't appreciate him calling her out. I can tell you one thing as someone who consorts with Urel. She's a real bitch.
Well, the fool did her a favor. And now, look at the price he pays for it.
He reaps her rewards all the same, certainly, and in this one. But, perhaps, just perhaps. And all of a sudden, like the view expands. So it's like way up in the heavens as the gods look down. Like right upon Valorian. And then you can like see shooting down like to how far he would fall. His hands will give out. His arms are trembling, Helm. Do you think he's going to fall to earth?
If he does, you lose the wager. You said this man could be a champion. That this man was better than other men. Do you still say so now, Talos? Look at your man.
I guess you got me there. Talos hangs his head in shame, looking down. We should have a roll. Okay. 14 is a very good roll on your climbing, on your strength, which are both very superb. I believe your climbing is maximum.
It is.
Ranks. So slowly. I mean, and you stare out at the world. Just imagine that. You can see for miles and miles and miles, and you drink it all in. So many lives affected. So many people who aren't strong. So many people that are, and this is really the realization that settles. All of these people are weaker than Bane, and it occurs to you in your mind, and then you keep asking the question over and over again: am I stronger than Bane? Is Bane stronger than me? So I'll let you sort of address that.
So Bane thinks that he has won, that it takes him so many to gather strength when I am only one. But he forgets everything that came before. And he may break my body, but my strength is from within.
And you right yourself and you begin to slowly climb again, flesh being ripped from your body against the icy stone, the dagger of dwarven steel ripping as if it was a branding iron against your hip. And an hour passes of straight climbing in the crags, in the broken stone, in the broken ice, as your body is now nearly completely black, charred as if by fire, but instead by the trial of ice. And you pull yourself to the very top. And you see upon the height of the peak a man. At this point, it's dusk. The sky is painted purple and red of blood, of orange. And he stands there looking at you, his head very large, and he has curly hair, like a lot of it, like in a fro. His nose is large and broad. His eyes are brown and I don't want to say dead, but imposing. The stare upon this man is of tremendous intimidation, and the rest of his face is covered in this strange mask. You can only see his eyes and his nose as the mask comes down uh, uh, like this, with this strange, tribal artwork, and this big hair coming out from behind it. The mask is sort of a yellowy brown color with brown paint on it. The man himself, perhaps 6'4", 285 pounds of solid muscle, with a very strange attire, not of the custom of any land that you have seen. His pants flare and have a strange design to them. They're sort of a shiny, yellowy gold, and he wears very well-wrapped black leather boots, and his shirt is tight against the top and then sort of tapers down and hangs lightly around the gouye section. And he stands, his hands sort of, he's definitely not Caucasian, but it's sort of a yellowy brown color. And one hand is gripping something in it, and the other hand has nothing. And he stands there on the peak of the mountain, and he looks at you in a way one warrior looks at another when a challenge is inevitable.
All right. I'm going to try and pull myself to my feet. Staggering around.
Brother, you come here. Mountain. Big mountain. You come from tomb and earth. Point taskmaster, huh? You no should have come here. You challenge face of fear, the fear in you. Propel you forward, but at a long way down. Kneel, and I will let you retreat to a weak man's death. Stand, and I will throw you from the top of this mountain.
I don't know who you are, but I have come too far to fall off again, or to go through all this, to not slam your ass to the bottom of the mountain.
He stands there, awaiting you. He's about maybe 60, 70 feet away from you. And it's just like a sheer incline right up to the very top of that mountain.
Well, I'm not going to charge him. I've already seen that. So that's just a folly. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the mountaintop is completely ice. So the movement must be very careful. You can feel it against the bloody stumps, essentially, that are your feet. But that adrenaline does come over to you, blocking out the screams of the pain for some moments. He just stands there and looks at you. What do you do?
If it's a battle you want, come and get it, coward.
You have nothing I want, but I have something you want. And he kind of stamps the top of the mountain.
You challenged me.
You challenged me moment you set foot on path. This is where you want to be, brother. Come. It is time for you to die.
Not today. I'm gonna just walk up the mountain. I'm not gonna charge him or anything. I'm gonna walk.
All right, roll initiative.
All right.
He doesn't attempt to join you. He just stands exactly where he's standing.
So, total of 11.
Okay. You will go before he does. And he stands there welcoming you, so you can do whatever you want as soon as you arrive.
Well, do I have the memories of the past still and all that stuff? Because I remember the ice slide and the ice protecting me.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. And then you remember that horrible ice wind viciously whipping you. Who knows what will happen?
I'm gonna attempt something that may or may not work, but I'm gonna slam my fists in hopes that the ice that's behind him will lead him sliding to me. Like, bam! Like, bring the ice down upon him.
Make a roll and see what happens.
All right, let's see.
Make a strength roll.
No, nothing. Not really.
A 4, no, definitely not. You slam down, but you almost knock yourself down to not be able to come up. Your body's so amazingly weakened.
Ugh.
He stands there looking on at you contemptuously. And essentially, you would advance to the next round. He does not. He essentially just forgoes his action. He does not come to join you. He stands there at the top of the mountain. His mask, very, very, very terrifying in some way that is beyond what you can place at the moment.
I'm going to try to do that again in the next 20 foot up.
All right, as you come another 20 foot up, you're almost to him, and I'll let you make one more attempt.
All right.
Before we move on to different tactics.
No.
As you slam down, you realize if you do this again, like you're putting webs and cracks into the ice, you're probably just going to send yourself to death. Right. And you're not sure if you slam down one more time if you can get up again. There's nothing left in the tank at all. You're dust and weeds as you come, and your body is like you can't feel yourself anymore. You realize that you don't feel anything at all. Like your sense of touch, your sense of feeling is gone completely, and it's horrific. You can't feel the wind. You can't feel the ice. You can't even feel the burning inside your knees. Everything is numb. And there's something in that primordial part of your mind that realizes everything is about to stop for you forever. And he stands there on the mountain waiting your challenge. What will you do?
I'm going to climb up to the rest of the top of the mountain. And I'm going to start raging because that's all I got left.
Absolutely. As the rage fills you, what do you do?
I'm going to launch myself at him. Why not? Body press.
Absolutely.
I've got nothing left. I mean, come on.
We shall see.
Oh, God.
Ooh. That's very, very, very bad. As you launch yourself towards him, he moves ever so slightly. He takes you and impales you down onto the top of the mountain. The mountain crushes it, crushing your sternum, breaking it, driving it into your body. You feel unbelievable pain fill you as you vomit up a huge gout of blood. As your head comes up, you see in the purple, blood red, orange sky of twilight that's slightly clung with clouds, and there's mist all about you, but you feel nothing. Even from that, just the vomiting of blood and the staining your teeth, you can't even taste the copper of blood you know should be there. You're about to die. And he raises up, you see a large gold spike in his hand as he drives it down into your head, cutting and carving against your very flesh, just digging into the flesh, subjecting you. Plus So subjecting you to 12 points of damage, and you are in a battle rage. You are tremendously into the negative points. Death is encroaching, and he just cuts you, ripping it against your head, to taking you and just stabbing you in the head over and over and over with the spike as blood pours in your eyes. As you look up into the mask, you see the face of Fazal Shimbrel. You see the face of the huge man that took you and rose you to the heavens and crashed you to the ground. You see the face of all the victims you've had looking back at you as if you were them. And you see your own face in that face, and it slowly fades away to the man in the picture right beside my name. And he looks on and he laughs, and you hear somehow in your mind, Bane is the strongest. You thought you could beat me? You got no chance. No chance in hell. As it plays across the mask, as the man cuts at you viciously, carving into your, and blood pours from your face to match the blood that you're vomiting, as your chest is crushed, as you're about to die. What do you do as you're just still the fury of the barbarian within you? As you're like down and he's like up above you, you're like kind of looking up, and like you're looking up like you get what I'm saying? Like you're lower and he's standing above you, just gouging you with a golden spike as the mask plays with these horrible images across it. A face of fear. You are filled with all the fear you could imagine.
Out of fear more so than want or strength. You said I got that big spike sticking through the top of my chest.
Yes.
I'm gonna try and grab his face and get him to headbutt the spike. Oh well, no, but actually, that's probably a bad idea. Let's see. Well, he's bent over me, so I'm gonna try and like monkey flip him off the mountain.
Oh well, let us see. Let's have a roll.
Try that. That sounds like a better idea. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not gonna do it.
All right, as you pull and push at him, he has a very good balance. He is gouging you with the thing, and he takes his hand up. Oh, D6 hand. And he takes his hand up and he just chops you like right in the head, driving your head down as he kind of knocks you off to the side, the spike out of your chest. Your chest now a massive hole that blood is rushing out of. You actually can see your heart. You see your fucking heart beating, and there's a fucking hole in your chest that blood is pouring out of. You know you're going to die, and he's above you. I mean, you take 6 points of damage as he just chops you down, but he's going to carve you again with a spike. You're laying on the ground, kind of like looking up, like the hole in your heart just pouring out blood, and he's above you, and he's about to murder you. But that's the fury of the barbarian in you. Perhaps it is enough. And the face, this face of this man who you do not know, but instinctively you do know. You know who that man is. That man is Bane. It looks down at you on the face of this mask, and you are terrified. You are filled with nothing but the idea that Bane is stronger. That this man is stronger. The Valorian is not the strongest. The Valorian is just another death, another pile of bones at the bottom of the mountain. What will you do?
Well, instinctually, it would be best to like run away. So at first, the fear starts to grip me, and I start to like back off. Oh no!
You can see in his eyes there will be no relent. And he kind of like starts coming towards you with the fucking golden spike.
I'm gonna try and grip the spike and keep it away from me, and perhaps drive it into him.
All right. Well, I mean, you're coming towards him as you kind of grip it. You're like, and his legs sort of slip slightly. He's on the mountain. You kind of got up to like a knee, and he's above you, like his crotch is like in your face, and you're kind of holding it. But I mean, what would you like to do?
Oh, I'm gonna. Well, if his crotch is in my face, I'm gonna grab the dagger and just Like, I mean, it's been tearing my flesh. Would hold him off and just give him a good one, you know.
So you want to try to cut him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got nothing else I can do. Really.
So you're reaching on there, grabbing hold of his leg, and he's gonna fucking skewer you with this spike.
Most likely he is with the dice rolls. So.
I thought that was your dice roll. Okay, that was your previous dice roll.
Yeah, that's my previous one. I'll clear it. That way it'll be less confusing.
That's fine.
It's decent.
All right. Yeah. I mean, that's gonna. I mean, with all your bonuses, that's gonna connect. It's a D4. It is a +2 dagger. So it does a D4 plus your strength +2 damage. So it would be what 6, 8. It'd be 8, whatever plus whatever the dice is. All right. So okay, maximum. All right. So that's 12. You stab him in the leg hard. Cutting through his loose pants as you pull the dagger out. It has like as you bring it out, it has like a huge amount of your skin on it. Your skin blackened with the frostbite, and there's still no. You ripped the huge chunk of your flesh off. Didn't even feel it. And you stab him, and then he begins to just viciously stab you, just cutting and gouging into your face. And that now he has a spike. He's about to drive it right into your eyeball. The dagger, it seems to do no advantage for you. And the man is right there, right above you. You're looking up at him. You're under him, blood gushing from your chest. Of course, from the spike. You also take that's 3, 5. You also take another 12 points a day. You are in massive negatives at this point. As he takes it, just gouges it across your face, and now he's going to puncture your eye and take your eyeball from you forever. And just that just propels your barbaric strength. Remember to make sure you're adding your rage bonuses as well to your hits. Yeah, so he's standing in front of you.
Yeah, I got a rage bonus for damage too, so he did a little bit more damage. Not much though.
Yeah, that is true, but that definitely doesn't seem to be the way to your victory. And you see that man above you, looming down.
I'm gonna try and press slam him. That's all I can do.
Well, absolutely. Go ahead and make an effort at that.
Let's try it
with the attack, if you will. What does that come out to?
With the wrestling and everything.
I mean, you're raging as well, so that's.
I forgot about that.
That's, +6 +7, just from your strength alone. That's +8.
So it would be 16
plus. No, you have a +16 bonus.
Oh, okay. So that'd be 21. Yeah, 21.
21. Go ahead and describe it. You elevate the man.
Just stand up with the blood gushing out of me and pick him up over.
Your body doesn't care anymore.
Okay. It actually feels the easiest that it's ever felt then. And as I hold him there above the world, I'm just going to toss him right off.
Toss him off. He goes spinning cinematically down towards the ground, and you see the face upon the mask is the face of Bane as he's hurled to vastly to the ground. You see a bam, and he hits like a lower slope, and just bam, just skips off it and flies down past the mist. And you hear a sound of a body thudding, so very, very, very far away. And as it crushes, you fall to the ground. And you collapse, your eyeballs fluttering. You feel death coming to you. As you look out, you see a shadow, and the shadow is long, and it's black, and it has a white grinning face and a scythe. It's death, and it's standing there ready to collect you, some psychopomp, for one of the many contenders to the throne of the Pale. It looks down at you, and it reaches its hand, and it touches your flesh, still pouring out blood of your frostbitten body, and it pulls from you a white, ghastly thread. And just then, you hear, "Not so fast." And a hand touches you, and a tremendous surge goes through your body that rips away the brokenness. It puts everything at pure peace. You hear a sound of drumming. And for a moment, you think perhaps you have achieved some fine transcendence into the afterlife. But with a huge breath, you awaken, laying naked on top of the mountain. And you see standing there the blonde-haired dwarven figure, the taskmaster, his face adorned in strange paint that is black and spiraling. He looks down at you with piercing, strong blue eyes of a man who has seen many, many battles. And he looks at you. All right, Valerian, you passed the mountain. You defeated my face of fear. You challenged what was inside you. And your body feels amazing for the first time, and then hunger sets in tremendously. You have proven yourself. You have passed the test of stone. Of course, only one of us doubted you would. For what is written in stone stays. Prophecy has been fulfilled, Valerian. It is time now.
Time for what?
To be the strongest. And your body just fills with courage and confidence. And the dwarf looks at you. Well, and he reaches forward, like right in front of you, and he does like this. He takes his fingers, he begins to draw. Like he reaches way up and he begins to draw. Like he can't go as high as your head, but as high as he can. And he draws this box. He looks at it and he begins to like move his hands around it, and it makes a strange shimmering myriad of sparkling blues and blacks, and sort of a swirling prism of red enters into the mix, and it begins to become more and more and more material. And he's like on the other side from you, and he just hits it with his hand. And you see a door open up in the fabric of space and time. Step inside, Valerian. If the fear has found you not at home.
All right, I duck down and step aside. Kind of just like...
As you enter in, you're clutching the cold dagger in your hand. You're completely naked otherwise. And it is cold as fuck. And then as you step in, you move through just for a second. Like for a second, you see this bizarre thing of molten rock and burning fire and screams of pain. And you see weakness. And you see the punishment for weakness. And it is eternal shame. It is damnation to be cast outside of the sight of the gods, for those who are weak and cowardly and wretched deserve no such thing. Then you find yourself standing there on the crystal, on the quartz, on the shale, on the broken rocks and bits of granite there at the base of the mountain, with the scraggly bushes and weeds and bits of tufts of grass that grow amongst them. And you see that form, that thing that was fear, is gone. Perhaps it was never there. But you see a mask upon the ground, and a few feet away from it, a golden spike etched with strange carvings.
All right. I'm going to pick up the mask and the spike.
Valerian has gained 1 point of wisdom permanently. As you pick them up and you hold them in their hands, and they are both very, very cold.
All right. Can I put the mask on? See what happens?
Absolutely.
All right, I'll put it on.
When you have the mask on, you look through it, you feel intense. You feel strong. You feel extremely intimidating, and you will gain whenever wearing the mask. You will gain a +5 to intimidate rolls and be able to make intimidate rolls as a quick action. By dredging up what it is others are truly afraid of, even if it is their own failure. And you have now the golden spike as well, which will deal 1d3 damage and is a +5 weapon.
Okay.
And on a natural 20, it will blind a man.
Oh, well, Lord. Good Lord. It's horrific.
Absolutely. That's the nature of the golden spike. And you possess these items, and a +2 dagger, when wielded, will give you a +4 charisma bonus to all the dwarves.
Gives you a +4 charisma bonus?
To all dwarves.
To dwarves, okay.
When wielded, not at all times. Or even when picked up and shown to them and such. You're standing there, and you're alone, but you see that city so far in the distance, and you know that is where the pain is. You know that is where the power lies. That walled city with the lights, and you can just feel the pain coming from there.
All right. I don't have any clothes on, so first thing I need to do is get some clothes. So
See,
I don't care, but they care in the city. I can't walk around naked.
No. I mean, the city is very, very far away. Like,
okay,
you can see it, but mostly because you had seen it from on top of the world. But you also knew there were scattered homesteads around. Who knows what they do for a living? Perhaps they're mining camps, or you don't know. But there were other lights between here and there, and that is quite far away, many miles, perhaps many days walk. But your leg feels okay now, but there's a haunting, ghastly reminder of what it felt like, and an unbelievable like bank in your mind of just fucking shredding, fucking post-traumatic stress scarring from the horrors that you went through. So why don't we go ahead and give the folks a little bit of soliloquy as the stage lights go up on you.
There's many tests and many trials, and I almost failed them, but I will keep my promise to Brad. I will help him to this next life, because it's my fault that the traitor Lex betrayed him and me. But they think I'm dead. They think I'm gone. But I am not. I should be. And perhaps my mind is not the same. But now, Bane, I have shown you at the top of the mountain who is the strongest. And it is not you. Now, the one who fears is you.
Absolutely, and confidence fill you as you also are at maximum hit points allowable.
Oh, wow.
As you have received tremendously potent healing from this dwarf known only as the Taskmaster.
That was a lot of healing. That's right.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very potent.
I mean, most people can't understand it.
But you bought the correct proficiency. So what you also understand is the pain, bruise, and agony you have been put through as you stumble through the night, and as dawn breaks, the howling of wolves your body still starving. The fatigue of sleep loss and of muscle strain and of lactic acid and of all the bruises, all the crushing, literally bleeding to death. All that's fine, but you're dying for drink. You're dying for meat, and you stumble into a camp. I mean, this is like it's like a ring that kind of goes this way, like almost like a crescent moon. At the base of one of the mountains, you find another like a large camp of canvas tents and of a large fire pit. You see a crudely dug well. At break of dawn, there's many large shadows of men, big burly men of the most masculine variety. Perhaps even some of various orcish descent mixed in with human blood amongst them. You see items that at first you mistake for war, but then you notice they're shovels, they're picks. These are again big, broad men. And there is definitely a stench to the place, as you're coming towards them, like it's like a big latrine dug or walking that. Definitely much shit. And it doesn't have the benefit of flies being as abominably cold as it is here. And you are naked going through the night. So again, even that pain is definitely weighing on you. But you do notice it's not. It hurts you, but it doesn't seem to be leaving you with the scars of the frostbite. The wind hasn't whipped you, even though it has blown past you. It seems not to wish to violate you, not anymore. Perhaps she has had her fun. Perhaps she remembers. Perhaps she wants you to succeed. Perhaps she's just forgotten for the moment.
I'm going to stumble up to them. I'm still wearing a mask, of course.
Yeah, I mean, there's dozens of men around, and like one of them just, of course, happens to notice you in dawn's first light as the hues of pink are painted across the heavens, silhouetting the background of many sharp peaks, many crowned in snow and mist as well. What secrets lurk there? Well, that is for another journey. But you see a man. I mean, he's like in heavy fucking white furs and like big fucking. John Nord, the berserker style boots. Yeah, it's like a big fucking pick for a big man. He's like, whoa, who are you? And he just like starts walking towards you, like how the fuck you come up here? Like you're some brigand or something.
I look at him with the mask. Food.
Oh, spirit of ice. Horror of night, and he's like trembling, and then tick, 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 the pick falls from his ground, smacking against the stone of the ground, the sound of metal and stone, and then like other people are kind of trembling. You see us waking up, probably getting ready. Like, oh, what are you? Another man's voice comes in. It is a dead thing, a thing of nightmare, spun upon the night.
I'm not dead. I need your food.
Yes. We get him. Bring much food. And quickly, other men come, like terrified of you. This thing with a mask of horror and his fucking cock hanging out that stands near 7 feet in height. And they run up with cold meat, dried meat as well. Looks perhaps cold meat from the last night's fire. And things they were getting ready for the morning. They don't no one comes up close to you. They have like a plate and they're like just pile things upon it. Eggs and perhaps some local type of bird.
Everything will be eaten and everything will be eaten naked because
and a huge flask of some cheap ale.
Of course, cheap.
It is so forgiving to your tongue. Oh, the glorious of rot gut Valorian ale. You can only see the captain smiling in your mind, but he's there in every drop. And as you suck down the pirate brew, as you eat the eggs, as you eat both jerk beef and some other kind of animal, some cold beef, perhaps they roasted, perhaps a pig or a goat.
I'm eating slovenly as a mug too. I'm not trying to be
falling onto your chest as such as they stare in horror. What? Have we satisfied you, spirit? Please Please do not murder us. And one's like, oh, I have children. I have children in the keep. Please, I'll do what I can.
To hurt you.
Oh, we have pleased the spirit. Yes, we have pleased the spirit. Oh, yes, yes. Should we bring you other offerings, great and powerful spirit of the mountain of cold and nightmare? And then they're all fucking cowed and just terrified by you. Clearly, as you realize, you don't know all the fucking horrifying images. They're fucking debuting their mind, playing across the face of your mask. Each one of them seeing a different horror. It's just like one of them's like his dad just beat the living fuck out of him when he's a kid. Another one being gang pressed in the Centurion fucking military, just beaten savagely. Another man dragged in chains into jail. Another sold into slavery and flogged horribly.
I need to know how far it is to the town. What town is this?
This is only a mining operation here.
But there, in the distance.
Zindel Keep is, I don't know, numbers good, but it takes 2 days, and we walk the donkeys. 2.5 when the snow is bad, more if it's worse. To Zindel Keep. And you do know actually that is where the Zatirum are. So you know that's either where you want to go, or that might be where you definitely don't want to go.
That's where I don't want to go right now. I ain't ready.
Absolutely.
Naked and everything. So, isn't Hills far close to this place over here?
It's further to the south, but yes, it is. It's not too far away. It should be many days, but
I look at the biggest one. I need your clothes, your boots.
I have another set. I have a second set of clothes. Can I keep these? I will not freeze to death, great powerful spirit.
Of course you can keep them. I'm not trying to hurt you. Oh, the mask. I kind of laugh, but to myself, well, I'm all fractured.
He's all horrified. He looks at you. Oh, like all of a sudden, like they're looking at you, kind of like you're an imposing person, as opposed to a fucking demon monster that wandered down from the mountains to kill them. As has happened many times in other groups. Made to mine in horrible monster country. Yes, and he moves off, and you're brought back this pair. I mean, they're warm, but they still look. They actually look kind of cool. Like this very like white colored fur boots and fucking heavy fucking leather breeches and fucking like thick like hide style boiled leather with fucking white fur all over it, and with a big fucking white fur cloak that goes around it, and he gives it over to you also with gloves and with like some fucking underlayers as well to both the pants and you know, so it's multiple layers. As you put this on, you couldn't put it on fast enough as that cold begins to bite at you again, nipping in an unfriendly fashion.
I shake his hand. I was, thank you. It was getting cold, but I was hungry first.
So he looks at you and he's like, oh yeah, and of course, I mean, you again, you notice you're even more monstrous. You're holding a fucking vicious looking dagger and a fucking golden spike with fucking strange carvings and inscriptions of occult natures on it, while wearing a mask of demonness. And you're naked with a big swinging barbarian gunk.
I'm gonna put things away now that I have places to put them.
Yeah, no, you do. You have a big strapping leather belt. And other men say, they're completely fucking confused by, well, what? Is there anything else we may do for you? Perhaps.
I need one of you to take me to Hillsfar.
We will be executed. Our family's killed if we run off. I believe I can direct you to the road. And from that, you can avoid Zindel Keep by clinging to the wood and enter into Hillsfar. They are very tolerant towards humans there. You are a human, not a spirit. Is that right?
Just remember. I tap him on the shoulder. Barbarian is the strongest.
The strongest ale?
No. The strongest.
And another guy like hits him. He's like, oh yeah, absolutely. Lorraine is the strongest.
He cast a bane from the mountain. You saw this happen.
He just nods his head like, sure, sure, anything you want. Like, you might not notice, but they're all very clearly convinced that you're an utterly deranged, perhaps wizard of some kind.
Of course he is.
They're hoping they're not murdered and raped, probably.
The only thing you must do that helps everyone throughout the realms.
Yes.
Spread the word that Valorian is the strongest.
Yeah, like a guy that's got to be at least a quarter orc. He's like, yeah, absolutely. His nose turned up. He's got like fucked up looking teeth. Oh, could we get you a skid of wine and a sack of bread and meat, so you may eat upon the road?
Yes, but make that 2 skids of wine.
Oh, yeah, of course. And 2 skins of wine are provided unto you, and as well as several other goods. These men are so intimidated they just basically pay you tribute. You're provided with several torches of flint and steel, a small amount of oil, a rope, and a grappling hook. All such things that miners would have. They offer you fucking knives and shit that you may or may not take. They offer you picks and hand axes.
I will take a hand axe just so I have a.
Now you have a hand axe of slightly below average quality.
That's fine. It doesn't matter.
Made of iron.
I would just use the handle of it to jar him in the ribs, of course.
Well, of course.
And at this time, I'm just gonna thank them and be on my way and tell them, if you see me in the future, I will repay you for your kindness.
Oh yes, thank you. These men definitely gonna run if they see you in the future. Yes, yeah. There's like at this point about 45 of them or so. Like, even in your mind, like, ooh, this would be bad if it went bad. But I mean, the initial ones are just scared so shitless of you that the other one's like, oh, okay, well, something's happening. But you have a very full belly and definitely sated upon wine for your gouillet.
That's cool, of course. I'm gonna stick to the woods and travel towards Hillsfar. That's what I would do.
All right. Well, I mean, it is many days that you even hit the woods of the interior of the Dales, and you do see in the distance the looming huge walls, thick. It's oppressive. It's iron. It's tyrannical. Of Zintel Keep, and all far off in the fields, you see that military tactics. You see men training, and just regiments of them. I mean, hundreds upon hundreds of men in regimented formation with bowmen and pikemen and fucking mounted cavalry with skirmishers, with a fucking army. And there, far in the distance, you can barely make it out if not for that luxurious coif of blonde hair, if not for that stunning robe that just dazzles in the sun, that very beautiful blue robe, if not for 18 pounds of gold around his waist, upon a powerful, potent nightmare, a demon horse, a steed of the world of the damned, thing you had never seen before, but know it is potent and powerful and a sign of tremendous status. And he looks upon the men far in the distance, and you kind of like get awed. You're like, oh shit, and you think all of it crashes down you, all the shit he did you, everything that happened. You could share some thoughts on that.
As I see him, almost fear. So then the determination kicks in from the trial, and remembering my hands bloody stumps, and then my face changes slightly from fear to like revenge. Like, I'll get him. So after that happens, and I'm looking out over the regiments, like, idea almost occurs to me, like maybe perhaps if I disassemble the horsemen one by one, that's the way to take the horseman out. That's when that comes to me. I see him by himself, and then perhaps that's what my problem was. I attacked them as a group, and I don't have a group. Either that, or I put together a group. So I'll go to Hillsfar. I'll put together a group of men that's more powerful than these horsemen. They hate them as much as I do, And then they will not be able to stand the strength of Valorian if I put together a group. But then I said, there's one thing I have to handle first. I have to take out that traitor Lex Luger. It's gonna happen now. So I put the mask on, and I'm gonna head over to the Zentarium. Was that?
I said, why the hell not?
I'm gonna head over to the Zentarium and kind of march in their direction.
Are you walking right up to this huge army where you see Fazal Shambrel, or are you gonna like try to head off towards a gate, or what are you doing? You not see that traitorous man at this time, and I mean, it doesn't look like anyone just walks up on, I mean, just hundreds of fucking regimented men.
They would jump me, of course.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of feel that you might work out poorly, but you do whatever you want.
But there's a commander there, right? Like somebody that's commanding them. I mean, I wouldn't know.
Oh yeah, there's tons of them, but I mean, also Fazal Shambrel himself is there, so.
I don't see Lex Luger there.
He's not there. Only Fazal Shambrel.
All right. Well, he won't recognize me with this mask on, so I ain't worried about him technically. If I don't see him, I'm gonna leave it be. But I'm gonna. Was that?
No, at that point you don't see any of him. You do see another man. That man James J. Dillon there advising in a lieutenant capacity. But that man is not a man known to you. However, he is consulting with Fazal Shambrel.
As well he should.
Well, he did. Well, he is.
Oh, I mean, he is.
He's advising that man on tactics.
I don't see that man Lex Luger, and I don't see any of them other dudes. I don't see Barry Windham, and I don't see Sid. So there's nobody there I can extract revenge.
Not out here. Not right now. Probably no way you could extract revenge if you found him out here. Or else you would extract death on yourself, but there's nothing else.
All right.
Do as you like.
But now, given this newfound purpose, like in his mind, he knows what he needs to do now. If I assemble a team that's just as awesome as them, but what I have to do is get to Hillsfar. There will be men of a brawling variety in Hillsfar.
Perhaps all the brawlers will be there.
So I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna assemble a team. That's what he now steals himself for the task. So let's go to the Hillsfar.
And you move again for many, many days, as you do have the ability with what they call the survival.
Mm-hmm.
You do have the ability to hunt in the form of trapping things, trapping squirrels and rabbits and such to eat. No real ability to hunt deer and such at your state. But you do manage, to find streams for water and to find animals to eat, and perhaps to scavenge up some roots and mushrooms that are edible and berries along the way as the seasons come closer to the cold time, as days and weeks and months pass by on your journey. You went a very long way. If I'm going to press that upon you, you went from the high peaks far to the north of Zenelkeep all the way down to Hillsfar walking.
Okay.
Once you come to Hillsfar, and Hillsfar itself is a very large, impressive city with many chimneys churning out smoke, and they're close together. And as you enter, it is walled. It has gates. There are many men in uniform, many uniformed guards, and you see everyone is human. And can you read the common language, or are you fully illiterate? Is the barbaric custom?
I'm fully illiterate.
Yes, absolutely, and rightfully so. You see signs, you know what the fuck they mean, and there's people like as you come in, like someone like kind of like scans you, and you're not wearing your mask, are you?
No, I'm not wearing a mask.
He just kind of scans you. I mean, he's always impressed by your size and potency, and he kind of looks past you, and then another guy further up, he's wearing this kind of like leggings that are white, and he has this big fucking suit on that's like pinstriped white and blue. This very sort of medieval style of garb, and no way I don't want you to imagine something modern like this. Fucking frilly coif of fucking hair, and this fucking he's got frills everywhere, and he's got this big foppish hat on. He's a fat dude. He goes about 5'11". And he's looking over, and he's got a big fucking purse on him too. He goes, are you here to take place in the battles of Hillsfall. There, large barbarian.
There are battles here in Hill. There are battles here in Hillsfall.
Oh yes, I can assure you, they're all the rage. Then the fighting men's arena. I myself am one who can procure such things. If you would wish to wear my banner, was it there? Oh yes.
I'll have a battle.
Yes, I suppose that you will. Well, perhaps. What's your name, Brute?
Valorian. My name is Valorian.
Valorian. Oh, well, all right then. I suppose.
Like the ale.
Yes, I suppose someone had to have that name. Well, very well then, Valorian, like the ale. Perhaps I could entreat you to come with me. I will treat you to a meal. It's like he's like thinking, like, that tavern over there. And they're building, I mean, they're crushed together here, and there's like cobblestone, and you see like fucking kids out on the street, like fucking chimney sweeps. Fucking they're all ash covered, like fucking little 5-year-olds and shit. And you know, there's everyone here is human. Like everyone is human, and there's like fucking human guards and fucking like big fucking Roman ass style with sandals that come well up, strapped up, and they have like fucking like little half plate fucking bronze breastplates and arm pieces and fucking big frilly ass Centuria type helmets. And most of the men here are very clean shaven as well, as is natural custom at the moment. As you got like a big fucking luxurious Valorian beard at the moment. The Valorian grows a very manly beard, as his travels do dictate. And as you look as he takes you in there, you are assaulted. Of course, you have no realization, but it's like the cheapest shitty. I looked around, I was like, oh, this is a shitty one. This imbecile won't know the difference. We order a bunch of cheap shitty food. He'll be happy as fuck. And he takes you in there, and there's a hearth with a huge pot on top of it, and then the fire burns the wood. A nice smell permeates through. There's some a small lingering of the smell of baking bread. He goes, "Oh, you filthy wench, come here and appease the appetites of my Valorian. Bring him some sides of pork and chicken meat, and then a big bowl, the biggest bowl you have of that stew over there. I'm sure that'd be nice for you. And if you have any bread left over, or perhaps I don't know, quail or eggs, just bring over an enormous platter. Come. Shall be done," he says. And she's like, "Oh," and she's like kind of like a busted fucking bar skank that's like a few fucking years past the point of being pretty, and she's probably, you know, turned one trick too many, or perhaps many tricks too many. Like she's like missing a tooth, and she's just a beat bitch. And she brings back several minutes later a large, sumptuous feast of a glorious appetite, the best feast you have had in many moons. Yeah. It is a fucking full chicken, loads of different meats of all kinds of different types. You know, most of them, I mean, this is all cold shit, you know, but with the exception of the stew, and she brings you not only a huge bowl of stew, but several bowls. And of course, as a custom, you just pick the bowl, the wooden bowl up, and just drink from it as a barbarian ought. Yeah, and you are many tankard of Valorian ale.
I will drink many a tankard, and many things will end up in Valorian's beard.
Yes, that's well they should. And the man, of course, only pays a small paltry amount of copper pieces.
Well, as I see him start to do that, I'll wait. I was like, "No, you need to give her a gold piece."
Oh no! Valorian, you don't quite understand the monetary exchange.
I just reach into his purse.
Oh, what are you doing? I mean, it's like a fucking. This isn't like a little gold pay. This is like a fucking satchel. He's got a fucking merce going on. This is a fucking bag. And there's coins. And there's all sorts of other stuff. You know, it's like scrolls and all kinds of fucking things like that.
I know gold gets you shit, so that's what I know.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, your hand just bisects scrolls and is in just a fucking pile of coins. He's like, no, what are you doing? No! And he's kind of trying to grab at your hand, and his hands are fat and they're very soft. The hands of something between man and woman, but clearly not man. That puts the hands on you. He couldn't beat one of your fingers with both of his hands. You're certain of that.
So I just put the gold down for her and be like,
you just take like a big handful of his coins.
Yes, of course.
Of course. Why wouldn't you? There's a custom of plundering. Yeah, so you have a handful of just random coins. Valorian hand is a very large size hand. So it is a large fist of coins. I would say probably 12 coins. So go with 4 gold pieces, 2 silver pieces, and 6 copper pieces.
Okay.
Pull that bounty out. He's like, no. He's already handed her like 7 copper.
I hand her the rest, and then I say, and
you hand all those coins, all 12 of the coins?
Yeah, of course, man. I don't have any monetary.
No, I'm being absconded upon by scoundrels.
Hold on.
Streetsmen.
And then I look at her and I say, make sure that the generosity of, what's your name again?
Percival Pringle the Third.
Percival Wendell the Third is known throughout. He is so generous. Make sure you tell all of the bars here. All of the people must know how generous he is.
The man has a big fucking fat ass turkey neck and is very clearly also the fucking earlier persona of Paul Bearer. And as he attempts to manage you. No. I'm the boss man. I'm the boss man here. I'm not. You're robbing me, Valorian.
How is it?
Like you can see that look in his eye as someone who's been arrested dozens and dozens of times. That he's definitely thinking about getting them centurions on you. What are you going to do to make this right to me, Valorian?
I'm going to fight. Let's go.
He's like, oh. You can see the look in his eye, like, oh yes. Yes. And he has that this glee in his eye, his fucking delighted eyes. And he gets up and he has some food himself. This man is near that 400-pound echelon. This man larger than Valorian. But
he's clearly not missing a meal.
No, he has invented several new meals. He enjoys. So the two of you make your way as you stride confidently, and he waddles very fatly. Well, we have to see exactly what we could do here in the pit where men prove what they have. And you, Valorian, I think we can have you presented very well. From the first family of Percival Pringle the Third. Oh, yes.
Well, let's go to the pit then.
No, my boy. It's all about pageantry, captivating their minds. This won't do. You look like a scumbum.
Well,
come now. All right, could you please raise your hands, Mr. Valorian? Is it? Hey, come on now. No. The other one, the other arm, not that one. Your other arm. The other arm is your left arm. Come. No. It's your left arm. Oh, God. That's fine. Just gonna put that back down. Oh, he like staggers back. From the barbarism of your armpits, and you're measured and tailored. And he goes, oh, I can't believe the size of this arm. It's 24 and 1/2 inches. Beyond the measurements of what was possible. So he's measuring the biceps. He's measuring the chest, the gouye area, the legs, and he tailors you up a fucking regal ass ballardom outfit of dimensions, and I will allow you now to describe the outfit that is created for you for much ferocity and potency. And this item can be of armor or of simple cloth or however you design to take that.
It'd probably be the leather breeches, sort of leather breeches that go down into boots with like fringes upon them, of course. Many fringes upon the boots. And then armbands with, of course, fringes that go down. And then the arms are completely exposed because they couldn't find enough fabric to cover the arms. So they were just like, oh, just don't waste all the money on that. So then he, of course, has almost like a cross, like a leather cross. I don't know what to call it, but it'd be like two belts across each other, like that. That encompasses his whole midsection, and again on the other armbands with fringes, and this is underneath another leather type jerkin thing that looks more like a breastplate or type of thing where the midriff is sort of exposed a little, but not much, almost like shoulder pads. So it'd be like almost shoulder pads with the two belts across his body. So almost looks like a cross between if you had to imagine it like the Road Warriors with no spikes and the Ultimate Warrior, but a bunch of warrior.
Definitely very much warrior garb and a barbaric, bombastic vision as you don the gear, staring out, now feeling perhaps better. Now, Valorian, we have to get you nice and sized up with some proper weapons. Nothing but the best for my family. Oh yes. Do you know how to use weapons? Other than that little dagger you have.
Don't need anything but my hands.
Oh.
I'm never unarmed. But if you want to buy weapons, we can go look at them. They're good for throwing.
There's a large Chilton, a big black man, just black as night and blacker than that. And then he's got these fucking eyes. I mean, imagine like Adabisi from Oz. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Just that guy, just fucking, just full of fucking horrors. Who knows? God knows what he's done. He said, "Oh yeah, these are my wares." And he's not like a blacksmith. He's like a fucking weapons. This man fucking sells fucking weapons to probably anyone.
Does he have any? As we're looking them over, does he have any?
He's got scimitars. He's got fucking broadswords. He's got tulwars. He has chantels. This man has fucking big fucking fighting daggers that just fucking hold and just fucking come out like this and you fucking hold them by his gimmicks and fucking what are they called? Katars, I think is what the name is. He has swords of all over the world. He's got fucking brutal murdering hammer, just hammers of fucking death.
What about Cestus?
Well, absolutely. Right. He has just an arsenal. I mean, the guy just he looks evil as fuck. Like, there's no doubt what this man's alignment is, and it's clearly chaotic evil. He is just profiting off anything. He just got that look of fucking evil in his eyes, and just fucking delight that he will be fucking helping someone get murdered.
All right, I will buy some.
What can I do for you? What do you like? Do you like all the shiny, wonderful? And they look like nice weapons.
Cestus, and let's see if they have a great sword and a great axe.
Absolutely, he has all these weapons. The great axe is very fucking nice, very sharp, and everything is very well balanced. And Percival Purgle III will purchase these items, feeling you are a wonderful investment. And these items, you can definitely You put your own stamp on them. All of these are masterwork items, which mean they don't give you a bonus of damage, but they do give you a +1 bonus to hit with your cestus, a great sword, and a great axe, and of course with all the fine leather scabbards and holsters and tiles that you could imagine.
All right, so that's what I'll take, and I tell him now we are ready, right?
Oh yes.
Very well. Then take me to where we're supposed to fight. I'm not killing anyone.
He just like looks at you like, okay. So you're taken in, and there's this huge fucking portcullis, this fucking iron fucking bolts in it, and it just looks fucking hellish. And on either side, there's torches crackling and burning down, and both of them are like burned. They're not like just lit like fucking Hollywood movies. They're all the way fucking out. Just piles of ash are right on the floor, and you see like off in like another hallway, like a body is fucking just decapitated. It's still bleeding. It's just being drugged by two fucking large dudes. They look like fucking Russians. Two fucking. I mean, they're not big compared to you, but they're like fucking 6'2", 6'4" each, and probably weighing in at the near 300-pound mark. They're fucking big men that haul fucking bodies, and God knows what else they do. But this does not appear to bother them at all. So that I can show you something. But they haul that carcass away. You see other men clearly fucking fighting slaves, just fucking bound up, and you stand there with Percival Pringle the Third, and as you're looking through, like at first you're kind of waiting, and like you hear noise, you're sort of like looking out. You see a man, at least you think it's a man at first, brought in chains, and there's a man in like a box above them, like he has a sort of like bullhorn, and coming into the fighting pit of Hillsfar, a criminal, a despicable individual, charged with the crime of infiltrating Hillsfar with his filthy, disgusting, non-human appearance, trying to deny and defy authorities by veiling himself in a cloak and using cover of dark. He shall be put to the test and pay the price with his blood. And you hear all the people like, when he comes out, boo! And they're fucking, you can see like fruit and rotten ass vegetables and fucking rotten cabbages. The cabbage busts him in the head, and it comes down, and you see like he's fucking unlocked and just pushed out, and the fighting arena is just all sand, and there's like large amounts of blood like in the fucking sand, and there's big posts periodically, and it's a huge fucking like oval shape. And as you see, he's got fucking horns that sprout from his head. At first, like he looks almost devil-like. His massive curly brown hair, his green eyes, and his fucking brown horns that protrude. His fucking face, however, has this ever so slightly goatish cast to it and a goatee. As you see, hooven feet and large woolly legs that have nothing. No kind of protection to his clothing. This man has nothing of such. And someone, you can see like a cabbage like bounce off his head, and he's given by a man like in a fucking black hood that runs out and hands him a quarterstaff, which he grabs, and then the fucking like with the starts coming. He will now face the judge, and they're all booing him, and he turns around and goes, "If I hear one more, you boo me." This is this goatish face one. Everybody dies. And the fucking gate comes up, and then he's like, "Oh!" And he like starts scooting back, and he falls on his ass, and you see just an enormous beast of a man, that stands well over 6.5 feet tall, definitely from the jungles, the forest jungles of Chult. And he has strange items fucking painted onto his body of the stars and moon variety. And he's wearing like a strange skirt, and he has a spear in his hand, and a big fucking shield, and a big fucking horrifying mask on. And he comes out and looks around, perhaps even some sort of fucking indigenous ogre to those varieties, those portions of the world. And he begins to walk out. And the goat man is like, he's already fucking powdered. He fought his ass, and he's scooting back, leaving a trail in front of him on the sand. There is definitely some liquid now added to that trail that he's pushing back as you're kind of like peering out through the fucking old iron portcullis. And he goes,
and I go, this isn't fair. This man will probably kill this other one.
Well, that's not your concern, Valorian. No.
Face palm him, and I'm gonna try and bend bars, lift gates.
I think as you do that, like the fucking Gouye, he has a fucking neck Gouye, if you will. The neck Gouye fucking reverberates. And he goes back. You a brute.
Bend bars, lift gates.
Over back. You see the huge fucking savage cannibal. Just has a spear in his hand. He starts kind of dancing around. The fans at the arena with fucking togas and such on, they start chanting, yeah! Well, they start chanting for him, calling him the giant. And he's like dancing around. And then he starts coming closer to the satyr. And the satyr has a very fucking loud voice. He goes, look, we don't have to do this. Everyone here, and he's like standing up again. Everyone here knows I will kill you like that. And he's got the staff in his hand. But I'll give you 5 copper pieces. 5 copper pieces right now. And he's looking around at everyone. To go back in your cage. And we don't have to do this. And you won't have to be embarrassed. And the large man just looks at him. Perhaps a grin under that hideous mask. And he just smacking his own Gouye, and the Gouye itself ripples, and the satyr just charges at him, just bam, hits him in the Gouye with a staff, and the big man pushes it back, and then with surprising agility and leverage, he kicks him right in the face, knocking the satyr to the ground, and the satyr stunned. I mean, just fucking 300. The man literally weighs as much as you, but much of his weight isn't the fact of a Gouye. This man definitely weighs in that 365-pound variety, and a choking giant, if you will. The satyr, as the giant looks like about just to leap on him. The satyr rolls out of the way of the giant's belly, flops right under the sand. The satyr grabs his staff, smashing it between the giant's testicular region. Oh, huge howl of anguish. The satyr begins to beat him over and over again, right in the kidneys of the back. The fucking mask rolls off. Back to you. Yeah! The fucking iron itself is being bent, and like guards start coming up behind you, fucking like arena guards, like these 2 big fucking Russian-looking dudes come up behind you, and the smell, blood and death is definitely about them, and they try to grab you, and they try to attempt to restrain you. What happens?
I'm gonna slam both their heads together.
All right, well, describe it.
I grab one by the hair on this side, grab one by the hair on this side, and just massively slam their noggins together, crashing their domes into the other one.
Oh yes, a meeting of the mind. Oh yes. And this fucking neck Gouye just fucking ripples and fucking all nuggulated. They smash together. They go down in a heap, as is their custom. And then the bars are they're not big, yeah, but they're getting there. As you've made a large hole, the goatish man beating on the big man with his staff, doing some damage, peppering the kidneys. He seems to know where to strike, but the other man outweighs him by at least 150 pounds of Gouye alone. And the big man starts getting up, his mask off, his fucking face is all painted up in a dreadful tribal aspect of his coloration. But just lacerates him with a chop. Not even worried about his fucking shield that he's left up on the ground. Just levels the man, just drives him back, leveling him, dropping the air, the very breath from his body. You hear him wheezing out. And he's like kind of crawling around like he's reaching for the fans if they will help him. But instead, they help him to rotten tomatoes and fucking putrid heads of cabbage that just bounce off his head. Tomatoes splattering across his face, the seeds of tomato just going everywhere, even getting into his mouth. Very fucking rotten and despicable.
I'm going to try and slide in the bars, man.
The big man's about to leap on him again, and you know that's going to finish the day. All right, so the fucking iron itself submits to the will of 24.5-inch pythons.
I'm gonna slide in the ring.
Absolutely, you slide in as you run up. The big man turns toward you. Oh, in this initiative.
All right.
The big man is going to go on 16.
I will go on 19.
All right. Well, what happens? What are you going to do?
I'm a hold action. Because I was gonna like gloat to the crowd, of course first, because I'm trying to protect the satyr, so I gotta distract him. But
explain what you do. I mean, explain how you do that.
All right. Well, what I'll do is I'm a hold action, wait for him, and be like, "This isn't a fight. You want to see a fight? I'll fight him."
All right. So you see like a guy in the front row, like he's about to peg you in the head with a cabbage. He's like, "Oh."
And I'll fight you too. The guy
he like trembles and the cabbage falls from his hands ineptly. But you were about to get doned with a cabbage. And the big man, he looks at you like you know he doesn't understand, but as if he understands the primal language of savagery. He starts slapping his Gouye and starts dancing around. He's a spear in his hand. But that man is every bit as savage as you are with the fisticuffs. That's known and documented. So yeah, he starts coming towards you, and he's got the spear one end. He puts his hand back like he's gonna chop you. Speaking some sort of fucking dialect of far away, not the native language of humanity here. You're not fully sure if this is even fully a human or perhaps some form of half ogre or something of that like.
I'm gonna wait till he chops, and he doesn't expect. I'm expecting this man doesn't expect my dexterity, if you will. I'm gonna try and tumble.
All right,
run the backside of this man.
All right, well, this man will attempt to chop you. This man definitely highly decorated in the aspects of chopping people. Oh no!
He will chop.
I don't believe that's going to evade you at all. That man with a fucking that's going to be an unnatural critical. That man's going to deal. That'll be double, so that's going to be 6, and that man will have 6. It's going to be 10 points of damage. That bashes into you heavy. That man has huge skillets for hands, and you just accepted what's your nugget. And the crowd goes wild. Yeah, giant.
All right, this man's gonna get a clothesline, if you will.
Absolutely,
clothesline. That's what I'm gonna do, Tony. Oh my God!
Oh! Rolling percentiles, baby. Got to roll some percentiles.
Oh, 93?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Well, just go ahead and describe it. I mean, that man's a 93. That man has to be defeated in a cinematic fashion. So go ahead and describe it. Feel free to add additional moves.
He does the chop, and then Valorian crumbles backwards. It hits the wall.
As soon as you do that, he like turns around like after adulation, and then go ahead,
looks at his chest, and then he does the warrior thing where he just starts shaking the arena. The tassels on his arms are shaking, and then he looks, and then he flexes on Kamala, and then he flexes again, and then flexes one more time, and then he goes, and just runs the man through. And he clotheslines him so hard, he flips the big man. The big man flips like once or twice, even, and lands on that Gouye, motionless. As he turns to the satyr and he looks around and he goes,
As you turn to the satyr, what you see is the satyr has a staff, and he comes up and just stands his hoof and foot right on the big giant's hand, and he holds the staff. I'm like, yeah, I defeated him. Yeah, and he goes, he looks right at everybody, and I told you I could do this. I could defeat your giant. And if I see one more person throw a cabbage, everybody dies.
Look, one because Valorian was here, and I look at them and I look at the crowd. Valorian is the strongest. I point at the knockdown giant.
All right, so the giant is knocked completely unconscious with the most devastating clothesline he's ever experienced.
Oh, I forgot. My character forgot. So he's like, "Oh, Dusty Rose taught me to do something." So I flip him over and cover his ass.
Absolutely, and the satyr drops to his knees. 1, 2, 3. Comes up with you and raises your hand. And as he's raising your hand inside the crowd, I'm the winner. I'm the winner. like he raised your hand, but it's like he won. Like you're raising his hand. So I won this. I told all you. And he looks at you. Oh, what's your name? Valorian, right?
Valorian.
Valorian's here with me. You're here with me, Valorian. Tell the people.
I came to help him.
That's right. And if I see one more cabbage, I'm going to send Valorian up in the stands, and everybody dies.
I'm not going to kill anyone. He's not dead.
He looks at you and goes, shh, 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 shh.
All right. Are they cheering yet? Are they what are they doing? Are they just
people are just fucking in stunned silence. They're just, everyone, you can hear a cabbage dropping in place. And you do. It's the ground. And it's stunned silence, but you look around at the people and you see one man in the cheap seats with a shovel for a face and blonde stringy hair.
Wait a second, I know him.
Man had a hammer in his hand. This man oozes a lack of charisma. He oozes a fat, flabby body.
But I'm not getting away. I will climb up the stadium to get him.
As you start coming towards him, recognition forms over his face, his slow, dull-witted brow.
I'm gonna climb the wall for that man.
Like there's centurions, like you literally like just bypass them. They're like, it's like they don't even know how to process. You literally crawl like it's like a 15-foot wall, but Jesus fucking Christ! I mean that's nothing to you at this point. You just climb up there, and people like no one even moves out of their way. They're just like it's just getting more and more surreal to them. And the satyr's out there. That's right. I told all of you that I was the man to come in. I'm the champion. I can't be defeated at any point. Oh no, he does not. That he doesn't do. He just keeps mouthing off, holding his quarterstaff, and he's standing over Kamala's hands like you fucking defeated him. And then Kamala like he's kind of moving, like and he jumps back and just runs backwards and like fucking hits the wall. And he takes his staff and he like kind of nudges Kamala in the hand slightly, like okay, sure, it's fine. Meanwhile, back to you through the crowd, and then like. The stun, like you see, like just deer in the head, like looks on everyone's face. The whole damn arena's been fucking bitterly shocked. But as you like, are literally just walking through them, they start like panically like move as if that man, the Batman from Battledale, is just running through the crowd of Japanese, and as you're running through that Bruiser Brody style, they're fucking running out of the way. Trying to avoid getting booted as you come up the stone, and you see this man. He has like some food in his hand, like he was eating some fucking a kebab, and he's like trying to get up, and everyone like just vanishes from him. Like everyone's run away from him, and he's up there. He's like, and as you get up to him, roll initiative.
All right.
Ooh. That man, the hammer got a good roll.
Oh, he beat me.
All right, as you come up to him, make I gotta have you make what is the sight perception? What's the fucking sight perception there? What is that one?
It's under spot.
Spot, that's it. Yeah, roll a spot check.
No, I wouldn't have made that.
Okay.
7. I can't really see my own roll, so I don't know how to fix that. But.
You can't? Just look at your fucking picture. Or at the top of your picture.
It's only yours show up. Mine don't show up.
That's strange. Anyway, what happens as you come up there, all of a sudden, this man with fucking notorious tactics, he is going to have actually damaged you. You're going to take, this man has a level of sneak attack. And a dagger goes right into your fucking rib cage. I'm going to go with a +3, so it's going to be 10 points of damage. Another 10 points of damage. Sure. And he looks at you with a combine of just sheer fucking nostalgic hatred and fucking complete incompetence as well.
This man isn't even worth my time, so he's going to get a boot. That's the first thing I'm going to give him.
Oh, well, absolutely.
For my first attack. So... Oh, yes, he gets a nice boot.
Oh, God. Well, that's definitely going to be, I'm going to count that as a critical hit on this man at very least. So go ahead and describe what happens. This man clearly only has 1 hit point.
As the dagger cuts across my ribs, like slicing me, thinking that he's going to deter me. All I do is I look at it, I look at the blood, I remember the mountain, and I remember the crucifix. And I look at him with crazed Valorian eyes, like the Ultimate Warrior, and I shake my head like, no, that's not going to do it this time. No. And then when I see the fear in his eyes, I give him the boot. And I give him such a boot in his massive gouye that the wind is not only knocked out of him, but his blonde, stringy hair is flying as he gets booted in the gouye and bends over for the finisher. What was going to be a bad day for him, since we were at the top of the precipice, if you will. And as soon as he bends over, he's getting suplexed till I hit the back of the thing, and I'm gonna suplex him from 15 foot in the air.
Let me get this right, because it's like a stadium, like it's fucking stone. So you're gonna take it from high and just fucking suplex him downwards.
That's right.
Well, he just keeps going and going with the fucking delayed vertical suplex of fucking hell. Please describe it to the people in all its horrific glory.
He, as the man's terrified when he gets that boot, the setup move for the suplex. Then he's gripped with the 24-inch arms, and the back of the man's pants grabbed, and then he's hefted and displayed. He displays the man for everyone to see that this man is up in the air for a suplex.
Of course.
He shows it off, and then falls backwards, and then just lets the man go off the top of the precipice. 15 feet below into the ring. He's going to drag that man into the ring to finish his day off.
Well, absolutely. Please continue. I mean, you can definitely do whatever you like to him at this point. He has been destroyed.
Is he honestly unconscious, or what? What has happened?
Well, I mean, I'm going to let you determine all that. That one wall has defeated him, man. He is the hammer. So he's not going to have 1 hit point. He's a first level rogue.
As he hits the ground, it looks like he might have broke something, like maybe his foot or his leg. Valorian just not showing any mercy at this point. Crazed eyes come over him again, and he just looks from the top, and then just runs with that warrior splash off the 15-foot precipice.
Oh my God! Well, please describe that to the people at home. I'd love to hear that.
As that man sails through the air with the splash, his big Eluskin body, like, shining in the torchlight as he's coming down with his leather armor across Greg the Hammer Valentine's body. He catches him. Greg the Hammer tries to catch him, but unsuccessfully with the gouye and all those years of not working out. Just
that has been a lot of years for the fans at home,
and being homeless. So what has happened is he gets hit by that. But that huge warrior splash from 15 feet in the air, and he starts crying and begging at the bottom there. They made me do it. They made me. He starts crying, so I'll let you take over the begging of Greg the Hammer Valentine, because there's something important that has to come from this.
Greg the Hammer looks on at you with cold, uncaring eyes. I put nails with my hammer in those boards. I'm not sorry for you. I'm not sorry for anybody. I only care about me. I don't care about any of these people here. I don't care about you. Oh, he's like, you can grab his ribs from the destruction he's suffered. Clearly, he is busted up internally. You mean nothing to me. And you actually always lose track of what he's saying as he talks to you. Focus on.
Where's Luca?
And just then, you want Luger? The fucking portcullis comes up, and you see that man is revealed to wear the Girl of Hills Far Championship of fucking 8 pounds of gold. In fact, 8 pounds of bronze. Let's be real about it. He's standing there, his body very narcissistic in his pose, and you see a weapon he had not revealed previously on that loaded forearm that you know is very devastating, even to your powerful body. But at the same time, the fans are very unimpressed by how he speaks to you. Perhaps, if anything, even less entertaining than the man you just destroyed. If that's somehow possible. And he looks at you, and you see the man, the crier up above, and he goes, Valorian, you and me will settle this one time and one time only here. And he looks around like he's confused where he is, like he's forgotten the city. And he's like looking around almost like he needs the people to help him. And he's like shaking his finger like this the whole time. Hillsfar, we'll settle our differences one time because, and he just poses on you. He doesn't have a tremendously ripple physique, definitely a higher constitution score than you have. Very lean, and this is fucking circa fucking 290 pound Lex Luger. I said before, and he just poses on you. This is the narcissist. You can't handle what I have. Before I let you build up a false sense of confidence. And he slaps his girdle. But I'm the champion here. I have the gold. I had this bronze, by the way. He goes, I have the gold. I am the champion. I'm respected here. I'm the most dominant fighter in the Hillsfar Arena. Not you, Valorian. You're nothing. You're no one. You're just a cheap drink. And you see, like, you look back and there's this old fucking woman that was once beautiful but very old now, and very beloved somehow still by the local fans. And he looks at you, accepting your challenge. And you see the mighty fucking Choltian giant has stood up, watching on with wild fucking eyes, and the satyr Tracy Smothers as well. There, Southern Tracy Smothers, the satyr. The Southern Satyr Smothers stands up, and Greg the Hammer Valentine still very fucking destroyed in the center of the pit. There will be no fucking second day, no retribution for the likes of him by any stretch of the imagination.
I look over at Greg the Hammer, and since he's destroyed, I'm going to pick him up and toss him at the narcissist.
Well, roll initiative. We definitely encourage you to toss Greg the Hammer at a fucking another monster.
I'm gonna take out the trash, Tony.
Well, let's have initiative roll. What is your roll?
Total was 8.
4. No. Well, I rolled a 16. So you're preparing to fucking Greg the Hammer toss, but. Unfortunately, we should have to see what happens. You may not be able to toss the hammer at him. Let's see. He's going to run at you. Oh, it's not a good day to be Lex Luger. It was never a good day to be Lex Luger. We're not thinking out the day in the Hillsfar Arena. Oh my God! And then the people look on, or they're all on the very edge of their seat. They may have paid a copper piece for that whole piece of stone, but they are all on the edge, looking on with bated breath, with fucking rotten cabbages and rotten squashes. Some of them have fucking pumpkins that are fucking 2 fucking months out of season, and full of crickets, like the Halloween movie Part 3. They're gonna fucking hurl stuff, and it's gonna happen soon. And in fact, you see a shower of food being prepared for the body of Greg Valentine, but not just yet. What would you like to do? What happens is he runs at you to fucking hit the patented fucking forearm. He was gonna fucking knock you out in one hit. You remember how he knocked you out before and made you see stars? The only man to ever make you see stars. He runs at you and you fucking duck with Great the Hammer Valentine, like here. And you remember that man Tempest haven't showed you a particular maneuver. A sack of shit maneuver, if you will, and he fucking just misses you as he runs full steam directly over you, trying to outdo your own clothesline. And now his back is to you. He's starting to try to turn around, and your back is to him with fucking Great the Hammer in your hands. Great Hammer's like trying to fight, but of course to no avail.
I'm just gonna heft Greg the Hammer up over my head and turn and just here.
And Great Hammer, Great Hammer, definitely not. We're rolling an attack roll with Great Hammer. You do get a +1 bonus when attacking with Great Hammer. As he is clearly, what is that you have? Throw anything, Great Hammer. Let's qualify something. About what to say for him.
That'll be a 21 with the rest.
Absolutely. Well, you do realize, of course, that this is sand, that there's big fucking posts here as well of the 10-foot variety, and they have fucking like little outcroppings that you can very easily get a foot in. And Greg the Hammer assaults. Greg the Hammer with that ample gouye, we're going to give that a D12 worth of damage plus your strength bonus.
And Lex Luger will take a whopping 9 points of damage from Greg the Hammer plus whatever damage Greg the Hammer.
Let's have a 22 strength at the moment.
I do.
Well, that would not be 9, but in fact, that'd be a +6, so that's 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage.
So 10 points. And 10 points of damage, Greg the Hammer flies through the air. His hands in tremendous confusion. That man never having flown before in his life, in his career, if you will. Smashing into the narcissist, driving him to the sand. The narcissist hits the sand with 265 of Valentine on top of him. The sand goes up in all directions. But then Luger just bench presses Valentine off him with a tremendous show of strength. And tosses Valentine off of him in a fashion. The crowd applauds as Luger stands and just hits a most muscular order, which is like, it actually staggers you. The man is so vascular in his fucking demeanor. And let's have a roll for him. Okay, what is your current armor class?
I don't know what the armor is. It's leather, so it would be
normal leather, probably masterwork leather armor, which is just a +2 bonus. Yeah. So I think you had magical before, so that that is of course gone.
Yeah, it would be like a 21 now.
All right, so a 21, still a very prestigious armor class. Unfortunately, not going to be enough. Luger, very proficient as well. So what happens? He reaches up and grabs the feet of Valentine and uses him in a fucking monstrous gorilla swing. And you're smashed in the side of your head with 265 of Great Valentine. All the while, more and more damage is inflicted upon the corpse of Valentine, still living somehow. Most uninteresting, we have established Valentine is worth a D12 of damage. So, Luger, that's going to be 12 points of damage from Valentine to you, as Luger uses him as a club. Now, to of course be fair, both you and Luger do have an additional attack, so we'll go ahead and do your second attack this round now, and then we'll do Luger's.
Okay, so he just swung Greg the Hammer at me.
Yeah, that's right. He's wielding Greg the Hammer. Now, you do not. In fact, I would allow a hammer if you had a bonus to hammer. I would allow that with Greg the Hammer to receive that bonus.
I'm just going to use another human weapon here, as I do have throw anything, but I'm not going to actually throw him. I'm just going to. I know he'll cooperate with me, even though he doesn't understand, because he knows the primal language, if you will, Tony. I grab a hold of Kamala's hand and look at him, and I'm a Irish whip him into that man Lex Luger, because nothing.
So it's like a stare off. Like he's like, there's the two of you, and then you grab a hold of him. All right, so let's make a roll with Kamala. Why not? Aaron, FRW, you see things you'll never see in other D&D games. No one's ever made an attack roll with fucking Kamala against a man attacking him with Great Hammer Valentine. Never see that. This is a duel of the ages of wrestling royalty. FRW, 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 FRW. Go ahead and make a roll with Kamala, please.
Come on, Kamala, you got to give me a 20, baby. Oh, no.
If you got a 20 out of that, we got to go with that one. All right. So that is a 2. That's definitely not going to be enough to wield Kamala. No one, in fact, can be actually proficient in Kamala. That man is too unorthodox. That man makes Valorian look lawful neutral. So you send Kamala running after this thing. Oh, he just slapping his gooey as he goes in. What actually happens is Luger has the Valentine, and he hurls Valentine at Kamala, and Luger powders out. Kamala just hits Greg the Hammer like a freight train, sending Greg the Hammer shattering in every direction, hitting the ground. Kamala runs up, the fans applaud, giant, and then Greg the Hammer is pelted with rotten cabbages. And the sand is littered with all, like the cabbages hit him and just explode. So there's bits, imagine if you will, folks at home, just bits of cabbage all over the sand. There's previous battles, there's blood in the sand, and there's fucking large posts, and there's cabbages everywhere, especially on the carcass of Greg the Hammer Valentine, still unfortunately alive. It's just you and Luger this time. There are no more human weapons to be wielded. And the two of you look at each other, but that man, it's his attack at the moment. And he loads it up. For the fans that looks around, he is the champion of bronze. And the fans applaud, hoping that he will be the one to wield the damage at this point. Oh, that's going to be a bad time for you. He runs at you this time. You see the forearm coming. Bam! It connects on the chin. Let's see how well it connects. Ooh, that's going to be 17 points of damage. That's his finishing maneuver. That's his vaunted hammer-like fucking arm. A real hammer, not a fucking faulty Greg the Hammer. This is a fucking true hammer. But that man has a master work forearm, and it busts you in the head, like spinning your head around. Oh, you never had felt that in a previous confrontation where you did defeat him. He is not a champion on his home turf, and he was like, yeah!
I'm gonna sell it for him, but I want to.
He poses right in your face like this, like, yeah! And it should be your attack.
I want to try and bluff and act like I'm stunned, like he did last time. Because if you remember last time, he did stun me, and I do recall that. So I'm gonna try and roll a bluff, like a feint move, like act like I'm more stunned than I really am.
Go ahead.
See if this works.
Roll a bluff. Let's see.
And I do have not too many. We have 14.
14. Okay, that's definitely going to be way more than is needed. A bluff like Luger. I would have accepted anything better than a 4. So Lex Luger, it bluffs. So he does not use his round as you're injured. He poses right on you. He believes in his mind he is the face here. So he just poses on you around to everyone and points at you like, oh, you suck. And like, yeah, I'm the champion. I'm the champion for the reason. I am the total package. Valorian is nothing.
And so for my second attack, I'm just going to surprise back suplex.
Hold on, he just said one thing. He said, I'm white wine and he's rot gut.
I'm gonna hit that man with he's behind me. I'm gonna hit him with a bulldog. Put his face in the sand. Why not?
No, he's in front of you.
He's in front of me?
Yeah, he's looking at you.
What would be a good move to put on Lex Luger? Like, what would be awesome? Well, here's what we should do.
Okay.
Luger. So I put my arm up like I'm stunned, like test of strength.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, he will immediately be suckered into this.
Of course.
Or will be a sucker. Who knows? That man does have a fucking 8 pounds of fucking bronze around his waist. So okay. So show the fans what you're doing.
Because I already got him bluffed, and I'll put my hand.
But then this is what happens. He comes with the wrong hand towards you, and the fingers are like, but it's way up here, you know. And so he has the other hand.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give him the right hand then.
Then he takes that hand down and puts the other hand up. And the crowd, you can see they're on the edge of their seat with excitement, titillated. This crowd of so many thousands here at the Hills Far Arena, at this fucking battle gamut There are fucking people of wealth here. There are poor people here. It doesn't matter. People are here. People have rotten vegetables. They have rotten fruit. They got rotten kids. They're here and they're watching the fucking excitement. They're watching it right along with Kamala and Southern Satyr Smothers.
I'm just gonna hit him with a scoop slam since he didn't want to do the test of strength. As he's gonna chicken out. I'm just gonna hit him with a scoop slam.
All right, so he goes in. Go ahead.
All right, here goes. That would hit plus 16, so AC 24.
I mean, go ahead. Scoop slam him with authority.
I will scoop slam him.
That'll be a D6 damage.
Hold him around, spin him, and put him on the ground. In the sand, Tony.
Luger weighs 290. That's depth for 22 strength. That's nothing.
So
roll a D6 and then add all your strength bonus. That is a two-handed maneuver, so add additional 50%.
Okay. So 11 points.
11
from scoop slam.
Bam! He hits the ground. His body like shakes and trembles. Go ahead. You could utilize your secondary attack now if you would like. At this juncture,
I'm gonna do one of those wind up dropping. I'm gonna drop a bow on him.
Absolutely. Hold on now. With the training you received, I will be obligated to give you a +4 to this attack. That you have been trained. I mean, you have been trained by the world master.
I'm dropping bows.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real about it. You received training in a fucking sequence montage. It would only make sense that you would receive extra to hit and damage bonuses to the demonic elbow of any variety.
And here it goes. +4. Give it to me, baby. Oh, Lord. He got hit with a net.
Oh, well, that's also going to be a critical hit. So go ahead and roll. That's what's good. Then a D8 damage, and then take with the die damage and multiply it, and then add in your bonus of your strength.
Oh, God, Lord.
Take that die and double it.
Oh, my God. 14.
14.
And then double strength would be +12. So 28 points of damage from a bow.
All right, so you do go ahead and describe it in fucking glorious fashion, as you will drive the fucking very fight out of fucking the narcissist. That very much a finishing maneuver here. I mean, this is the year fucking 1373 DR. You don't need much more than a fucking elbow to win in Hills Far this year. That's documented.
Does that man roll over? He's done?
You just scoop slam him. Now you're going to drop the fucking... You got to remember, you were trained by the fucking legend of the elbow. You don't have a normal man's elbow. No, it's not the King Lawler dropping an elbow.
It's got cartilage all built up in there. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, you've been through it.
So, if he's laid out, I'm gonna scoop slam him. I'm gonna press slam him for the crowd, if you will.
Well, did you what you had to do? And
grab him by his hair.
Incorporate that elbow. Well, the end has to be the elbow.
The end has to be the elbow. Okay,
that's what the bonus is for, the elbow. But you can do whatever you want before that. That's fine.
He gets suckered into the scoop slam and then pick him up by his hair as he would. He's looking.
You're doing that like Luger. He does fire back. He's like, and he gives you like 3 good shots right to your gouye.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shake it off.
The fans are going ballistic. They're going nuts. They're screaming. They're yelling. There's fucking cabbages going everywhere. The fucking fans.
One side of the auditorium. I point to the other side of the auditorium. With both hands to the sky.
And then you hear Valorian, 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 and people are like raising their fucking tankards up. You know in the cheap seats they be drinking Valorian, 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 and it fucking becomes loud. It roars like thunder. Back to the fucking broadcast position with fucking mist gently overlaid. Helmet. It looks like we see the people chanting for Valorian. It looks like the technical aspects of Lex Luger in his fucking aspect here has been defeated. I wonder what you had to say about that. That man is about to lose 8 pounds of bronze, about to be decorated, perhaps a first championship for Valorian. The people love him. They're screaming his name. We see Southern Satyr Smothers in the action.
Just shut up. Shut up. Shut up, Talos. Just shut up. It doesn't make any sense why they cheer for him. It makes no sense. There's absolutely nothing to cheer for. It's still not Fazul Shembral, so it doesn't matter.
I'm listening, Helm. I'm listening. I don't. The people they used to chant a different name. They used to chant Helm to the heavens out here. It would irritate the hell out of me. I never liked you, Helm, and that would irritate me. But I don't hear anybody chanting for Helm. I don't hear anybody talking about Helm.
I don't hear anybody talking about Talos either.
Oh, I hear people talking about Valorian, and whenever there's pain, bruise, and carnage and agony, you know those are the domains of Talos. And we hear that many times. And over back to the arena, boom! A huge boom of thunder over the arena itself as Talos is watching, enjoying himself immensely. And we see Luger being pressed to those same heavens from which the boom came. Please describe away as fucking cabbages are going nuts and the fans are going crazy chanting Valorian with tankers to the sky and cabbages against Luger's flesh.
And last time that he won, he only pressed him one time. But this time, he goes for 3. Just waiting to see the fear in Luger's eyes.
Luger, no!
Then when he elevates him the final time, he just walks out from under him.
Oh, boom! Luger hits hard, and the sand goes flying upward, and we slow-mo the sand, just slowly the grains come back down, hitting into Luger's mouth as he spits the sand out. The laughter of Southern Smothers, the satyr, fills the area. You see the fucking giant slapping his goulet, looking around in confusion.
Then he's going to let the crowd know before he does it. Valorian is the strongest. And flex on Luger, and as he's flexing, he's just going to bring it all the way up.
Oh, yeah.
And drop the bow on him.
Oh, the fucking air goes out of his fucking now destroyed fucking sternum, his rib cage, Valorian, a very large elbow with a 24.5-inch python, the largest documented or record, driving the wheeze and so out of Luger. His eyes go incredibly wide, tears in the eyes. And what happens from this standpoint?
That man, he's on the ground. He looks around, remembers the Dusty Rose training, hooks the leg, and puts him down.
Oh, and Southern smothers the satyr down to make the fucking count nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. A boom again, the heavens. And a slight trickle of rain come down. Luger, fucking not conscious, but grabbing his stomach, rolling around, spitting out sand, rolls to his back. I just that! Oh my God, the giant leaps across the arena, driving his own 368-pound Gouye right into the back of Luger. And you see the giant hooking the leg the wrong way, trying to cover the man while Luger is face down in the sand of blood, in the sand of cabbages, and he tries to cover the man, looking around in confusion. But he's fucking on Luger's back. He's driven the fucking spit out of the man, driven the man into the darkness of unconsciousness. And the giant trying to follow suit to get a pin as well, having no idea what a pinfall even means or has any degree of what that's about.
Well, I'm gonna I look at the satyr. I'm discounted. He doesn't know any better. Just do it.
He looks around like, well, he's like, God, that guy was about to get me. And he looks at you and he goes, and he gets down. 1, 2, 3.
Now,
the giant looks around. Ooh,
I raise his arm up.
The crowd erupts for you. The crowd erupts for Kamala. The crowd erupts for cabbages to the back of Luger's hand. They realize they've been tricked. They've been fucking bamboozled by the likes of Luger. And Luger, they bring out fucking rotten turnips. And rotten turnips begin to bash against the back of his hand. Some of them are throwing fucking lima beans, sweet peas. You see a man with a leer in his eyes in the front row singing about all that good rotten food being wasted. He's not a fan of this action at all, but a fan of yours most clearly.
Now I pick Lex Luger up by his hair and put him before the crowd. And I point at him and Valentine. These men, they're from Zentil Keep.
Boo! Boo! And they begin to scream expletives about Zentil Keep. This hill's far full of much hatred for Zentil Keep. And just then, a shadow falls and a man walks out of the fucking portcullis that Lex Luger was in. And you look at the man and you can see this is a tough man. This is a hard man. This is a man with steely eyes and credentials. A man himself with very much of a fro as well, the brown variety, though he be Caucasian. He looks and he walks up to you and he goes in a gravelly voice, I taught Lex Luger everything he knew, but he never learned the right way to do things. But you, Valorian, I respect what you did here today. And he reaches down as Luger's like he's trying to stand and fight back in the fucking destruction he is. And this man starts fucking unbuckling the belt. And like, no, it's mine. And he's like grabbing for it. The man fucking pushes him off. And fucking Luger takes a bump and fucking rolls back. Don't make me come over there and drive your head right into the sand, boy. And this man's voice is the graveliness of a fucking real man. A man that fucking smokes a lot of halfling fucking weed and doesn't give a fuck and drives his chariot very fucking fast and recklessly through any environment. And this man very much at one point perhaps wouldn't be called handsome. But this man of Hill lifts the belt up. What do you say, Hills Far? Do we have a new champion here today? And all they say as they raise their tankards high to the heavens, that booms out in thunder again, and they scream in one voice, yet it is thousands of voices. Valorian, 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 Valorian. And the man gets behind you, a real man's man in the likes of Harley Race, and he puts the belt on you. The fucking 8 pounds of bronze, the fucking girdle, if you will. And you feel energized, you feel recognized, you feel championized with the potency of your first fucking girdle, if you will. The most minor of girdle, the +2 to your strength. As you acquire the girdle of Hill Giant strength.
Good Lord. Good Lord, Tony. Good Lord.
And the crowd chants. And that night, many women flock to the bed of Valorian, and much feasting is done, and much cheap rot gut Valorian fucking ale pours down, and you hear the voice of Percival Pringle III. Oh, yes! My champion! My barbarian! Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, yes! Let's take it away as the thunder booms and the rain pours all night in Zental Keep, as Valorian finally has his moment of revenge, his moment of righteousness, his moment of glory. We shall turn it over to you as Act 2 comes to a close. What is happening in the mind of the champion of Hills Far?
Well, he gets up from the bed where he'd been laying from the previous night's festivities for as a barbarian is wont to do, many crazy things after he wins a belt. But the man strides to the window of the balcony of the room he is on, and looks out over Hills Far, wearing nothing but the belt, and just looks over the whole city, and then looks at the mountain, and then to the direction of Zental Keep, and raises his arms. I'm coming for you, Chambril. I'm coming for you. And then just naked with nothing but the belt on, standing on a balcony, looking out over. I'm coming for you. As the camera pans back and we see the entire city of Hills Far and just one shadowy figure, muscles illuminated in the light from the torchlight behind him on the balcony over a partying city of Hills Far. And through the streets, every now and then you hear someone as the drunken revelry rages on in Hills Far. And then we switch the camera angle. We switch the camera to see Lex Luger and Craig the Hammer Valentine on the streets, begging for food, eating rotten turnips, and not knowing what to do, looking up with fear in their eyes, looking up, hoping that someone could grant them some sort of solace as a little boy runs by and looks at them. And he looks, weren't you in the arena? Yes, I was the champion of Hillsfar. No, you're not. And the little boy just spits on him as he runs off. And Lex Luger just looks at the spit on his chest, degraded. As Greg the Hammer tries to comfort him, he just shoves him away. You. And then the camera pans back to the over Hillsfar as we see the champion of Hillsfar standing again at the light as the credits roll on this episode of FRW.
And far off in another realm, the pleased claps of the thunder god are heard. But the camera doesn't focus on him in the foreground. It moves to the beady, hate-filled eyes behind the helmet.